world. We're gonna take on the world.
All right, guys, we're back at it again, live from downtown St. Joseph, Michigan.
Ooh.
It is March 31st, 2025. Guys, welcome to the Third Eye Truth Film podcast. I am James Gill, your host. This is Joe Hill, my co-host.
Hi, guys. I'm still here.
Thank you guys for joining us again.
me.
All right.
Still so
Man, it's episode 75. We have some good guests here.
nice. Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm going to say it right. Make sure I get your name right. I was thinking about it over and over again.
That's
All right, guys.
Come on,
We
you
got
do
two
it.
special guests tonight, guys. All right. We got Morgan Ingle. I've known you for quite a long time.
Very
And
long.
Leslie's Sypain.
That's right.
Yes,
Good
I did it
job.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got
Oh, I
got
did the wrong
it.
button. You get- But no, I did.
Mississippi.
Welcome, ladies.
With
Welcome.
the millions of people watching down above us.
Welcome, ladies. How are you guys doing tonight?
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Good,
Wonderful.
good.
Beautiful and amazing.
Yes, yes. It is a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And,
Of course.
Of course. What are you smiling about, Joe?
Because I just love when you always say thank you to these people.
I
I'm the one that
Cool.
I'm the
see
one.
it in the corner of my
I know.
eye.
I'm the one
Joe's got
that
this
I'm the
big
one that
smile.
does all the behind the scenes on this one. But
What did you now you think? See, now you're doing this again, taking all the credit. I do all the behind the scenes. You forget about the one that's putting the scene together.
I know you're the top half. I'm the bottom half. Yes, I'm behind the scenes. The man behind the screen. I know.
I give you your
It's
credit.
okay. It's
You're-
okay.
You're the,
I
you're, the,
know.
you're the man.
Aw,
Now
thank
you
you.
feel better?
Oh,
I get it on
it's
two
all
lights.
warm and fuzzy feelings now.
Now you're gonna
Thanks.
get one of these.
It's okay. It's not gonna be the last. You're gonna hear that.
Oh, sweet.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
All right, let's get on with the show.
Thoughtful.
And he tells me, let's go on with the show.
Jeez.
All right. So,
Get all that and then
with all the millions of people watching above us,
above us.
all the people, we're in the. No, never mind.
Yeah.
You don't watch Food Network Channel,
Yeah,
do you?
yeah. No,
So-
I don't.
So, with all the people that don't know who you guys are, besides everything else, who are you two, and what do you do with everything that you guys are? And
That was a loaded question.
I know. I had to change
In
it
other
up.
words,
I had to change it up a little bit.
give us a background. Give us a backstory in yourself. In other words,
So for me, I mean, we're all locals. I mean, I've known you guys at
Yeah.
least around town for quite a while.
Yes.
James, we go
We're
way back.
Yeah.
Way back, like
I
working.
partied with your brother a lot.
Yeah, working, being again from this beautiful Southwest Michigan, edge of the third coast. Like
Yeah.
I've been besides, bartending every once in a
Yeah.
while or waiting tables.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher now too, but I am a musician and have been for a really long time. And that was kind of what led my path to Leslie too, and the whole Sypain family band. And
Yeah.
we have a really cool community of musicians around here. And I think again, just playing, I'm a singer, songwriter, guitar player. I can sort of play some other instruments
Yeah.
too, but those are my primaries.
It's a
would say-
community too of musicians that should not be slept on. You know, it's kind of incredible to see.
Yeah. Well, I think over the years we've been really lucky to build that family out of the community.
You do. You two guys have a great following for all the bands that you guys are ever in.
Thank you.
And
that's
people
a couple.
know, and people know who you guys are from when they especially at the Watermark
Mhm.
and all the
Yeah.
places.
Love Watermark.
I mean, you guys are there. What? At least
So we do
A
last
lot.
At last Wednesday,
Wednesdays
yeah.
with our one band Mo and Co. And then at Leslie, like I said, plays with the Sypain family band.
We play with the Edgar. I play with the Edgar Wilbury
We
experience.
also have our
Do you really?
backups.
We've got the backups, which is our which started off 3-part harmony.
with Meredith.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we got our boys behind us doing the rhythm section. But we also, all three of us girls, we play instruments as well.
Yeah.
So like guitar,
That's where it
piano,
started with the three of
rhythmical
us.
instruments.
And then she and I will do things with just the two of us, or she and I and her husband Nate too. We call it less is mo.
Actually, I think I've seen that.
It works. Well, and some
Which
people,
is fun, you know what I mean?
like
it's
it.
it's a
I
little
do.
more stripped down.
some
and,
people
like,
don't want or cannot afford to pay, especially after the pandemic. You know, people couldn't afford to pay like that full electric rock band like price. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
can you like strip it down a bit? Which at first was a little like, I don't like that, but
we're
then
bringing the band.
I get it. You know, we're gonna help build this back up together after the, fall apart. So
Yeah, man.
So
We're music makers,
Of all
joy
the-
bringers.
There you go.
all the bands that you're in, I'm not skipping over this, but you're a teacher.
Yeah,
What do you teach?
I'm an art teacher.
Art teacher.
I'm a high
Ah.
school art teacher. Yep, I've been doing that for about 18 years.
Yeah.
Which high school?
I'm at Lakeshore High School now.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
well,
Say that
and
every time.
and I've
somebody
been
says
all
I
around
do
sort
say
of the county,
every
in
time.
my 18 years of teaching and public school, private school,
Really?
charter school,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
have had a little bit of it all, like K through 12 too.
What made you get to be an art teacher?
Well, I was told originally that I had to have a fallback, and I always joke. I was like, my parents, like, they
Yeah.
they were like, "You're all right, but you should probably have
Something to
something
fall-
that will
just in case.
that will pay your
Wow.
bills." Well, and my dad was a musician when I was a little kid, and he always played for himself too. But that was how they made the down payment for my parents' house. Was
That's kind of cool.
my dad playing music? He would go down to somewhere in Indiana, like within an hour or two or whatever away in Indiana, and he
Yeah.
would go down there on the weekends and play, and then come home during the week.
That's interesting, actually. I never really pictured being an art teacher, though.
Yeah.
I think of like a music teacher or
Well,
or-
and that's, I have people all the time, and I ask myself that too at times, like, why didn't I just go into music teaching too, and a lot of it, I felt like it was for me, like that's something that I really love to do, and if I had to do it all day teaching, that I probably wouldn't do it as much for
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I don't know.
So,
But in the same aspect, I love art, so
it all goes along with the
makes sense.
creative arts,
It
right?
does
Yeah,
make
as,
sense,
as far as that
actually.
goes, right?
yeah, creative expression
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, good way of looking at that.
So
Yeah.
I like
Think
that.
outside the
Yes,
box.
you were.
Yes.
right.
Good job.
Thank you,
right.
Joe.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
that's my brilliance.
So you said you teach. Did you ever teach at St. Joe?
I substitute taught at St. Joe a lot because my mom was a teacher at St. Joe too.
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
yeah,
Yeah. She
I
was
do.
English.
Yes, she was. Never had her though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That's
Yes.
lots of my
Yes.
friends over the years have
Yeah.
had her. She taught for 36 years. So if you were from the area
Oh, yeah.
and you
would
went to
know-
St. Joe
definitely,
High
yeah,
School,
definitely
you
will know that.
might have had her.
Did you ever have her?
I did.
Oh,
I did
how'd
for
that
like
pan out?
comp and study
Did-
skills, which was like a study hall.
Did she
Yeah.
fail you?
No, and I was a delinquent young child, we'll say. Like I
Yeah.
definitely got into trouble early, and,
Who do we have on? We had.
and got a lot of that out of the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
young.
I think didn't Ryan mention her going down? To,
Wadowski?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Going down to the breakers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
you
think he
guys,
did because he mentioned
played
him and
music down
Mike and
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We used to hang out down. That
Yeah.
was the coolest. Like, damn.
It brings back memories, though.
It was in my
Those
time too. The
assholes,
breakers
like,
are
up the hill,
they were
like-
still there. when
It
I
was
yes.
great. It was such a cool place to like go. You could play beanbag or like frisbee. People had their dogs down there, just hanging out.
it's
and-
like a little hidden place that no one ever knows about, and until you say the breakers, oh, I know the breakers.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the breakers, James?
No, I've been there a few times.
Look at you.
yeah,
I used to hang
And
around this
they-
place
they-
for a long time
for
ago,
real,
man.
for real.
At age 19, man, I was hanging out in St. Joe.
That was like where we went. Yeah.
Man, I'm 52 now.
I was gonna
A
say.
long time ago.
Yeah,
a galaxy far, far away.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, the Breakers was a spot to hang out, man.
My daughter still went there, and I said, "Did you do what I did down there?" They said, "Well," she said, "What did you do?" I went, "Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what I did until you tell me what you
Oh,
do."
shit.
They're doing what you did.
Nah, she doesn't.
No,
She's actually,
They don't. Kids are
yeah,
different these
she
days.
doesn't. They went down there just to
I
hang
hope
out.
so.
They
I mean,
are-
some.
I got
to a
kids.
degree, yeah, they are different. They
I
are.
think I scared my kids out of doing a lot of stuff because I was like, guys, every time, they'd get in a car trip for, going to see my brother in South Bend or whatever, they'd be like, oh, great, Mom, are we going to be in another drug talk? Are you going to tell us like all these stories of like
How old,
almost dying,
how old are your kids?
My youngest son will be 23 and then my older son will be 27.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it.
Sheesh.
How old are yours?
So my son is 14. My son, Sonny, Sypain, and then my daughter, Gracie, is going to be 7 in May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that feels to have a daughter. Mine's 20 years old now. I was gonna say 21. She's 20 now in art school, art college.
It's interesting having adult kids
Yeah, she's been an adult since I had her ever since I was
since she was born.
No, me and my
She came out
ex-wife
that
got a
way.
divorce, and then she picked me over her mother, and then I had her ever since she was in 7th grade, and I was a full-time dad. So I went from a part-time dad on the weekends to full-time dad, and went, oh my god, and I had her through the rough times. I mean, I had her
Yeah.
through
Yes.
I had her through
Yeah.
the breakups, I had
Teenage,
teenage,
yeah.
and everything else. So
Oh, that's a good dad. That's
it
not
was rough.
easy,
It
but that's
wasn't.
awesome. That
I always wanted her, but I didn't want to make her mom an unfit mother. So but so I know how it is with having an older one and going through the younger stages.
Mhm.
It's gonna be
Those
rough.
young stages
Mhm.
are tough, man.
No, actually, I wish I had her the young stage.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
easy. That was the easy life. Shit. She just wanted to be glued to somebody that she loved, and then she found boys, and I had to scare the shit out of them.
That's the tough part.
Yeah, I had to scare the shit out of
You're
them.
not the number one person anymore.
I'm kind of going
Oh, I'm
through
a
that
still
with
number
my
one.
son right now. Like, I just let him go over to a girl's house for the first time. He's almost 15. And I was like,
She goes, I remember what I was doing when I was 15.
Sonny. No, but it's all good.
Oh, we
Met
gotta
the
have
family. They're
trust.
lovely. So
You gotta have trust.
I do. I love my kids, and they're funny. And they grew up. So a little background of my story: like me and my husband, lead guitar, lead singer. We were in the Sypain family band our whole lives together, just almost 2 decades now. And so it's like my kids grew up with and we've always
Music.
had the band room with the band practices we're hosting. So they grew up around a lot of music,
Mhm.
lots of instruments everywhere, a lot of people. So they just have like no fear. They're very like socially outgoing, and which I never was when I was little. I was kind of shy, but
And
doing
musical,
music
too.
and
They're so good.
doing
Naturals.
Yeah.
doing music and like bartending and stuff like broke me out of my shell, and I was like, oh, I'm running this.
So when did you guys decide, hey, I want to do music? I know you were born into it almost, right?
Well, I was
Yeah, me too.
yeah, ever since
Well,
I think both of us when we were little.
You said your dad was a musician.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
My
When did you
dad
Her
guys-
dad was too.
my dad was too. He
when
was
did you guys
born player.
decide that, hey, I want to do this too?
when I was like born, like when I was like 6, 3.
I can't not
gonna
remember
walk. Yeah.
a time, and my mom will tell you that I was that little kid that was like on the table, like singing really loud and being obnoxious, being like, "Look at me."
I used to pick up like I was like singing into my hairbrush in the mirror,
Yeah.
dancing around. I would pick up my brother's guitar, which he never played and never did that. And I wasn't even playing chords. I was just going like in the mirror, like, yeah, I got the Beatles, I think, was a big influence for you and I,
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
because our dads loved the Beatles,
So-
and
What band were you guys dads in? Kind of curious.
So my dad was in a band locally. It was called The Wandering Kind. And then he was in another band. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what it was called. They were like rivals of the 5M Prees at
Really?
that time.
Really?
So they had gotten signed at one point, and then like their parents thought it was a bad deal.
Yeah.
So like one parent, like in the band, like they were in high school, they went to Benton Harbor High School, and they had a couple hits, you know,
Wow.
or whatever, and had a record. But
45.
again, one of the parents thought it was a bad deal, didn't want him to get involved in
Yeah.
it, and so they ended up passing
That
on
sucks.
it.
Wow.
But yeah, they played at the old Shadowland and like House of David
Wow.
and a bunch of other big places.
Those are big places to play around here.
Yeah.
How about yours?
So my dad played the cornet. He was in like a lot of the he used to play at the
Symphony
band shell
stuff.
and all over the place.
He was like orchestra guy.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a
and a
skill.
collector of lots of brass and just a really cool guy. Loved jazz, loved Al Hurt, and just all the greats. And after he passed away, there was too much stuff to take with me. I was like, I can't get this house. I can't take this.
How
enough
many
stuff.
cornets does one need?
I mean, over 200 apparently, and then some, but just could wail. And my sister took after him and played, and, now she's a social worker. But the one thing too, I'd say about being a musician and stuff, it's always just really hard to get that to pay the bills. You really have to really do what they want you to do. And I feel like, I don't know, me and maybe some of my family members go against the grain a little bit of oh, I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to make it from here to there. And I don't even know if making it is the most important thing. It's more about doing what you love. And
I agree with that.
who cares,
And when we have other bands on, we're pretty much always say, you're not really doing it for the money. You're doing it because you love doing it, and you're doing it for
Absolutely.
the people that's watching you.
Mhm.
With James,
Ultimately,
if
100%,
James
yeah.
is behind the bar, he's listening to you, he's bobbing his head, listening to the music.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
entertaining for you guys because you're making him do that, or the one person sitting in the chair just
100%.
Yeah.
singing along
It feels
with you.
good. That's what makes
why
it
you
worth
do
it.
Yep, that's why you do it.
When people, we've written songs like Sypain Family Band, even probably backups and stuff, it's you look out in the audience, you see people singing in lyrics, and you're like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool because we wrote this. But then people will come up to you after and be like, who wrote that? What's that song by? And I'm like, me. It gets a little frustrating, but also it's you got to keep your cool and be like,
There's some flattery with that.
Yeah,
there
You
is.
know,
It
again,
is.
like,
There
that
is.
feels good. Like when you created something and somebody else enjoys it.
Or even with him, when being a bartender, people going up to him, make me a drink, make me something that I would like.
I get that
Yeah.
a little too often.
all the
Make something
time.
Not too sweet, but not too. You know what I mean? You have to come. You have to
Oh,
create
I
something
do
out of
know.
I
it.
need
I
that
do know.
magic.
Yeah,
Hit that magic spot for me.
yeah, exactly.
I bartended for many a year, maybe not as long, and I
Oh,
don't
man.
mean that in a bad way.
No, I'm not.
I'm
doesn't
not
like-
No
aging
offense
you.
taken at all.
I'm just saying, I totally get that, and that's also a good feeling.
Where'd you bartend at?
I bartended at Wheatberry Restaurant and Tavern in
Really?
Buchanan for a very long time. I bartended at some various golf courses and other places, but the main spot was Wheatberry.
That was a nice place.
Oh, I loved it, and that was my family. I mean, I love all the guys. I love the whole entire staff. I loved all the customers, and now I work at a wine shop, and they come in and they're like,
It's a nice place.
Leslie, you made the best martini ever, and Wheatberry, and it kind of
It's bittersweet.
Hits
it's
you at home.
bittersweet
Hits you
because
at home,
the
yeah.
pandemic hit, and then it was over.
You ever
So.
been in there since then?
No, but I love the family that had taken it over
Evelyn,
and
yeah.
everything. I just never got out there because I was dealing with a bunch of stuff
Anton and
at
the
home,
whole
and
family.
Anton and
Yeah.
Ariel. Yeah, they're
Yep.
wonderful people.
I love Anton, and actually, I'm trying to get him on, but he just needs to not be so busy.
Yeah, well, and that's
A lot of people
why
are busy
that's why I
these
never
days.
got out to the restaurant.
He is. He's
But I
getting
know the
People are
food is
busy
good.
these days.
He's getting busier with
Good
between
busy, of
with
course,
his
right.
with his family, with his kids, to the restaurant, to now going to be up soon to be the food truck going to come back out.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to hit him before May. So I hope he can
Yeah.
come on.
Well, maybe he'll
I'm
listen
trying.
to this podcast and be like, okay.
He listens a little bit here and there. He always tells me, I've seen it. I like what you guys do.
I was gonna
"Come
try
on."
to go out there and bartend. I actually talked to him on the phone. I was like, "Hey, that's my old bar. I'd love to come do that." Of course, they got Jasmine, who is amazing. Then when she worked there, but I wanted to. But then we had some health issues in the family, and I had to forego going out there. So
Yeah, it's been a funky couple of years.
Always has. Always will.
Yep. And
Yeah.
it won't stop.
Yeah.
Family health
I was
stuff.
just reflecting on just 5 years ago. I mean, around this time, we were all shut down,
Oh yeah.
locked down because of COVID, and a lot of people were scared, and of course, and didn't know what to think. But you look back, and it's like, all right, we're back in action, and things are back to normal. We need to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
So, as musicians, when COVID hit, how did it affect you guys?
So we podded up, like we were all
Yeah.
we had our pod, and I kind of loved it. There was a little bit about that time that I loved.
Yeah.
Like you lock me up at home, or like I can only go to my friends' houses that I see. Like, okay,
Right.
We did some we did
Right.
some like online
teach
open
online.
mics.
Okay,
Really?
I mean,
yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, I like one of
We
my
did.
friends.
We played a couple live.
My friend from Wheatberry, actually, her sister kind of hosted this like online open mic, and they would always like save, and it was just me and Nate at home, my husband Nathan Sypain, and we would just be chilling at home. She'd always save us for last. I was like, oh, but like we don't need that. But
We did a couple
it was
of like
so
little
fun.
showcases.
It was so fun, actually. And like people would tune in and comment, and like
Yeah.
that's how we got through it, because I don't know what I would have done without being able to like show people, because obviously I play music every day. We play music every day, whether someone's listening or not. But
I think we wrote a lot too during that time.
that's
A
another
lot of
thing.
creative,
That's a
ideas
big
came
thing.
around.
Yeah, because I mean, we weren't able to go out and do shows until like the spring, summer came around,
Yeah.
and outdoor
Yeah.
places were opening up.
There was a lot
you
of
know.
feelings, a lot of thoughts, a lot of like Bloody Marys and stuff.
A lot of drinking involved. Yeah.
But we were just
Possibly.
at home in our pajamas. It was like the best in a way, but not the best for what was happening.
I think that's about what we did here. I mean, this was when we first started out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a lot.
We weren't staying at home though. We came here.
Yeah, we came
But
here.
you guys were potted
Yeah.
up. You
Boosted
were
up
potted
and-
up here together.
Yeah.
Were you
Just-
6 feet apart?
No, that's how this was.
Yeah, this is probably what 2 feet
Because-
apart, 3 feet apart.
When we first started off, actually James was sitting where you're at.
Yeah.
And then we had Dana Hacker was there.
I love
And
Dana.
Eric Bradford was
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the
It
same
was
spot.
I
I'm
saw
still,
that
The
one.
four horsemen.
Yep, I'm still sitting in the same spot.
Excuse
I never changed.
Yeah,
You got your spot.
You're right.
I'm still in the same spot.
Son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
He likes
You
that
are in the
spot.
same spot.
Comfort zone. Back towards everything, and no one can go in this door.
Yeah, you had your little corner.
Wait,
over
yeah,
my
I'm in the
corner.
bathroom.
I'm in the corner. I'm in the corner
It's
where
gonna
I
come
can.
out at you. So
I'm in the corner
it'll
where,
be me.
where I can keep all my goodies.
But yeah, when we started, we were all in shock too as well.
Yeah.
But we were trying to figure out what was going on in the outside world. So we tried to get together and put our thoughts together as far as what do we do with this?
It was so weird.
Yeah,
Like what a weird.
so we get bottles of liquor and come here and booze it up and
We did too.
talk, and it was just more like a collective powwow. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
sit down and chat.
The more we got buzzed, the
Like,
more it came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
This is how we know. This
All
is
right,
how I
guys,
think
cut.
it is.
Break. We're gonna do this
I
next
got
week.
a little extra liquid
So you
courage
guys-
right now. Let's talk about some stuff.
See, you guys think- but the fear of putting it out there, because we talked about a lot about COVID and the fear of putting it out there and getting canceled, because a lot of people were getting canceled at that point in time.
Yeah.
Because with their own ideas of what this was all about. It was a little nerve wracking. So I didn't put it out. So we have episodes that haven't been seen yet.
Okay.
And they're sitting on that computer right next to Joe.
We call it the secret file.
That's why he
secret-
sits over there.
Yeah,
It's
guarding
guarding.
it. Yeah, it's guarding
It's
those
called the
secrets.
secret file.
But it was so nerve wracking because I wanted to put all that stuff out that we
Yeah.
recorded, and I was a little nervous about it. And not only that, I had to edit. I wanted to edit
we
it.
wanted to
but
be perfect.
I hate editing. This is
Yeah.
why I do it live.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, the editing side takes a lot.
a lot of
time.
yeah. So
He's-
a lot of times,
he's very-
hours
he's
of
very
doing
Yeah.
it.
picky.
And I was really picky about what I
Yeah.
wanted. So I think the live version is better. So it's so real and uncut,
Yeah.
and people get the genuine feel of the podcast.
Yeah.
So this is what we're doing now, live
In living
all the
color.
time. not
And live in
uncut,
color.
uncensored, and hopefully we can get
We're uncensored.
shit, fuck,
Oh,
piss,
damn.
boobs, whatever.
You have to censor that.
Whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, with that being said, this is where we're at now. It's 75 episodes later. We're here.
That's so cool.
And we actually our
Excellent.
50th show we had, since you're number 75, our 50th show we got the Four Horsemen back. So we had it
That
on
was
the
a
Sunday
cool
show.
episode.
Okay, I
They were-
did see that one.
We had a Sunday
I did
show,
see that
but
one.
me and him sat on this side still. We had the other two
Yeah,
sat on
yeah,
that
Yeah.
you
side.
guys, you're the guest.
we
now.
we didn't go back to how we used to sit. So it was nice seeing them. We found out what Dana's doing still and how important actually he is. And Eric's still chiseling away and painting and everything else in the world that he does. And it's amazing all the artwork he does. So we talked about that. And
Yeah, he
it's
He is doing some really cool stuff.
seriously cool stuff.
Yeah.
in
and
different
how
areas.
smart and how deep he can get was always amazing to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's not. It's not surprising to me that he's that well versed in things that's going on in the world. He knows a lot of things. And
He's a Renaissance man.
Yes,
yes.
and
I'll give you that.
He's very very in tune with things going on, and he can tell you about everything.
Yeah, it's amazing. You just think he's not just maybe like a dumb artist and anything like that. But no, that man is one smart man.
He comes in with paint on his clothes and stuff.
Oh
Still.
yeah.
And he's just one of the coolest guys I've come across in my lifetime.
He is such a sweetheart.
So I have just getting a couple questions. You just said like the Beatles inspired into you guys. What's another band that pretty much you're thinking when you're back in your era, I want to be just like them?
The Rolling Stones.
Really? You went right out, right?
Yeah, that's a big one.
So
She-
you have to
she's
think
been,
about that.
You
You
went
had-
bam.
she's been a
No,
huge.
I like to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I like that. What's your favorite song from the Stones?
Oh, come on.
No,
there's so many
I
good
have
ones.
one that I love the most.
What is it?
Sympathy from the Devil. I love the beat.
Sympathy.
Yep, I love that beat.
Go, go, go.
Yes, I love that
Nate,
song.
what's your favorite album?
This is getting gritty on you, Joe. Hold on, Joe. I got some. What's your favorite
You
album?
can't just name one of theirs because all of it.
What's your favorite album, Joe?
My bad. Sorry, I was thinking. Oh. Happy thoughts. Actually,
The more you know.
I really don't know what's a good album.
Oh,
Album.
do I have to bring out the boo again?
Yeah, you can bring up.
No, I won't.
No,
I won't get
it's
to
You can
you.
bring up that one.
I
What's
won't
yours
get
though?
Well, okay. So for me, it's really hard to pick a favorite album or
Yeah,
a favorite
yeah,
song,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it goes to what I'm going through right now. Might be different from what I was going through a couple months ago or whatever,
that,
but
yeah.
like or last year as opposed to this year. So this year, I would say my favorite album is Tattoo You, and it's just a silly song, but Hang Fire.
Really?
Yeah, just
That's
right now.
That's
Just right
that's
now.
kind of
'Cause
off the wall too. You don't really hear that very often.
I know, but I like stuff like that. And like my father-in-law, Paul Sypain, passed away, and I he would just rock out to the Rolling Stones, and hearing that song, I just think it's so ridiculous.
It's like the B-side. Yeah.
But it's so good though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, so I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at
Some
right now. But
Stones
I
for
love
you.
all the Stones.
It's
Don't
like
get me
the
started
cool
on the
thing about
Stones.
music in general, really, I think, is that it can take you to that place.
Yeah, it depends on what you're
mean?
going
And
through
again,
that
like
month,
day
that
to
year.
day, or whatever, hour to hour. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be different. Like right now, you might want to listen to something, and then in an hour, you're like, let's get the fuck down with this one.
What's yours,
instead,
though?
Yeah.
Or I want to be moody and like,
Right.
Yeah.
here I go.
What's
I
yours?
mean, I don't know. I back in the day was like, and still, I mean, I love the Grateful Dead and
Yeah.
like was just into that, and I loved Bob Marley and like, I mean, all these guys.
I
You know,
was gonna
like-
point out there.
Like-
The bad thing is they don't see this half of this wall.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, for me, at least high school wise, I think like foundational, those musicians, like my dad like we said, both of our dads listened to the Beatles a lot, but I remember my dad listening to, a lot of other random stuff too, whether it be like Santana or
Ooh,
Fleetwood
yeah.
Mac
Yeah.
or,
My family who actually
James Taylor,
raised me on the Beatles too. My
Yeah.
family raised me on the Beatles too. Breakfast with the Beatles every Sunday.
Yeah.
Then after that, on Monday, we listen to Howard Stern.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed Howard back there for a while. He was pretty
I'm
good.
out of Chicago, but usually
Yeah.
it was Beatles, Aerosmith, Bob Marley,
Yeah.
Grateful Dead, because my family, because that was my first concert was a Grateful Dead show.
I love that.
Nice.
At Madison Square Garden in New York.
That's incredible.
14 years old going to a Grateful Dead concert.
Yeah, I
But-
grew up on a lot
So
of
cool.
Motown and
Yeah.
R&B,
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
R&B. My mom, every time she cleaned the house, she listened to stuff like Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Who else?
Al Green,
Al Green. Yes. What's another one?
Otis Redding.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
man,
Oh yeah, Stevie
like-
Wonder. Yeah, it's, Aretha Franklin. Anyone you can think of.
all the goods.
Smokey Robinson and
Smoke.
Yeah.
just some of those great Motown hits that just like hit home. I can just remember just
So
listening to
good.
it while she's cleaning. So that was one of my joys.
That's a nice thought.
Yeah,
That's nice.
just listen to that type of music.
My dad playing like cornet and like brass and everything his whole life. Like it was a lot of like jazz and all that. Like, yeah, classical, but a lot of like jazz and blues and stuff, mostly jazz. And so with that came like Motown and all
Mhm.
of that. And
Oh, yeah.
He taught me a lot.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot.
Can you play the clarinet?
No,
Oh, the
I
cornet.
can play the guitar.
I used to play the trumpet.
I'm
Well,
really
you
good
can't play
with-
that though.
I used
Oh
to-
no, I had to take lessons like cornet lessons since I was, whether it was cornet or trumpet, whatever it
Yep.
was, since I was like 3 or 6
So
or
you
something.
can't play though. Your dad's instrument?
No, I
No, not at
didn't.
all?
I had to get braces. I quit. No,
How you were
I-
raised in that
I
house.
played
You never-
trumpet.
no.
and
My
played
dad
with her
wanted that.
sister,
My
so.
sister Lori did that.
Did
you know,
that?
and she excelled, and she went to.
Oh, yeah.
Like she went for it, and she got
Really?
Wow, you know Lori.
So I was in high school with her sister, and I
Lori-
said I was
Wait a
always
minute.
second chair or third chair.
Yeah.
It was always me and this other girl that switched chairs because Lori was always
Who's your
first
sister?
chair.
Who's your sister?
Lori Rock.
I went to high school with you. How do I not know that name?
Because she went to Interlock in high school.
She
like ended up going
she
to
like
Interlock in high
went
school.
off and did the thing.
So she,
Okay. I was
she,
like, how do I
yeah.
not know that name?
Yeah, but my
Like
dad,
she said, she
my dad was
excelled,
nothing
so
to mess
she got
with,
to
and
go
neither
to
was
Yeah,
my
go to
sister.
special school.
Right.
One of my favorite like memories is like my dad, like he would always go into the bathroom because it had just good acoustics, right? And he'd close the door, and I'd be here and I'm playing like Miles Davis, and
Really?
it like oh yeah,
Damn.
like
Miles
really
Davis is big.
beautiful. My real dad too also just passed away a couple years ago, and man, I'll just never forget that. It's like him going in there, and, doing the thing.
How'd that go?
I don't know. I mean, I can't even think, but I
Create memories.
Sorry, my bad. I hate when I do that.
don't
in
be
the
sorry.
bathroom.
You're such a jerk.
No, but it's good
That's why
stuff.
people love me.
But yeah, we both have musical families,
Yeah.
and I think that's a part of it,
Yeah.
From what you like, from your father, probably did he inspire you to become a musician more, or
100%. I mean, he was buying me like cheap guitar pedals and stuff. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, Dad, I don't
Mine
need any
too.
of this. And like music books and stuff like that, And then I also came into, so my parents are divorced. Yeah. And so my mom was with this guy, Jamberta, and, he was a luthier. So building guitars and all of that. And he also inspired me in like
Really?
gospel and
Mhm.
country and bluegrass
awesome.
music. So
Yeah.
I do dabble in like banjo and guitar and like that type of music as well.
She's
I
actually a
like
pretty
all
damn
genres.
good banjo player.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
You
you
say that to
She is.
everyone.
She really is.
Wait a minute. Isn't it playing the banjo kind of hard, plucking all that?
So
I heard
so
that.
what's hard is claw hammer. So that's just with your
Yeah.
your fingernails. So you're kind of using because it's like a drum head, really. So it's more percussive. So it's like so I tried my whole life to do that. No, I'm telling you, it was hard. I use picks. So you call that bluegrass
Yeah.
style. So
Mhm.
I was a little more like logical, efficient, doing that. And then when I met my husband, who was also astronomically better at guitar than me, Nathan Sypain, he picked up a good.
I like that she keeps
He
saying
picked
his
up.
whole name.
Well, he
Like
needs
he's
to
in
be
trouble.
known.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, that's how I would say it. Nathan. But he picked it up and he just started claw hammering, and I was like,
Wait a minute, he just picked it up and
started claw
he's-
hammering.
so
like
is that why it
he's-
makes you mad? Because he just picked
he's
up like
quite-
Oh,
that?
it doesn't make me
virtuoso
mad.
at
I'm just saying.
Stringed
I
instruments.
I worked for
He's one of
I
those guys.
worked
You
for
were
a
dressed
up
while
in
to
it.
try to do
Pretty
that,
much.
and
Wow.
he just
Yeah.
well, he's
That's
just
talent.
I mean, he's
he's
played for a
just
long
beyond
time.
he's beyond
Yeah.
what I can do, but I'm solid rhythm. And
Mhm.
another thing to say is you don't have to be like some kind of guitar god or banjo god to like have respect. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own way of playing.
I don't mean to laugh.
Well, you're
I-
laughing.
I
You
like
always
yeah,
do
yeah,
it. What are you doing? You always say, I didn't mean to laugh.
I didn't mean to laugh, but how
You're
you said
laughing.
banjo god. You don't hear that very often.
That's
I'm
the name of my
sorry.
next band.
I'm sorry.
We're the
I hear-
banjo gods.
I hear
Thank
guitar
you,
god.
EPA.
Yeah, I hear guitar god.
Yeah, that
He's
guy's
a
a
guitar.
banjo
He's a
god.
banjo god right there.
Hey, they exist. Bela Fleck. Come on.
That's true.
You don't really
Even
hear
though
that
he's
very
more
often.
mandolin, but
Oh, I love a good mandolin though.
Mandolin's hard.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
I do
Oh,
too.
I do.
It hurts my fingers.
And the strings are so close.
No,
It's
yeah,
almost like a
it hurts.
ukulele.
Yeah.
It hurts
Yeah.
my fingers.
Yeah.
I don't like
It's
it.
almost
with,
like a
with
ukulele.
extra strings.
Yeah, with extra strings. But I mean, my daughter can actually play the ukulele. But but the mandolin, I just love the sound of that.
Well, that leaves me out. All I can do is play the recorder.
yeah.
Hot cross buns. My favorite jam. My jam right
call you
there.
out on that. You beat me to it.
Nah, I'm not cutting out the middleman, Joe. You're not getting this episode.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
I can't
not.
wait for the next couple times I'm gonna get you this one.
Yes.
He's gonna pull out that
Oh.
recorder and be like, "Here you
Here
go,
you
buddy."
go, Jeff.
I never thought
Right
about
on the
that.
show.
I should,
What do
I-
you
one
have
day I
back
should
there?
one day I should bring
Oh.
one.
I'll beat you
Thank
to
you.
that
They'll
too.
put you on the spot.
Bring my own.
Play the Titanic theme song.
Oh, yeah. So, are any of your kids following in you guys' footsteps?
Hers are.
Yeah, definitely.
Mine not so much. Mine
Um,
appreciate it, but they don't.
Mine appreciate it. but
That's cool, too.
Yeah,
I
They played
mean-
in orchestra in high school, but like
never
beyond
done
that,
that.
like one
Oh,
played the cello, one
whatever.
played the viola, and my son who had the cello does have a guitar. He's got a couple guitars that he'll every once in a while kind of play around on, but
so no getting into the band and
no.
rocking it out like
yeah, I just
mom
I
does.
don't know. I don't. He doesn't have a whole lot of interest in that. So
That I think that might be the first one so far that we've interviewed for a band. The kids do not follow the parents'
Yeah,
footsteps.
we have. It's been one or two, maybe.
Really? I thought that was the first I remember.
But no, he's not interested. But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like a few, the most. I mean, the bands that we have on, most of the artists, their kids follow.
Yeah.
You know, they have some.
There's nothing
kind of
wrong with
interest
it,
in
something, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. Actually, I kind of like that they go on their own footsteps and doing something totally different that they love doing.
Yeah.
And that's more passion to them. So
100%.
that's what
And that's it too. I
Yeah.
mean, ultimately, you just want your kids to be happy.
I love my daughter going to art school and all that, and I'm doing her own thing instead of doing what I wanted her to do and follow my footsteps.
What's
Yeah.
that?
well,
I wanted to be a massage therapist or a physical therapist and make more money than I do.
What
So-
did?
And to be able to
Yeah, I
give
did that.
massages when
No,
necessary.
I can- I hated
My
I
feet
hated
hurt.
receiving.
Can you rub my feet for me?
Honey,
I hated receiving.
That's what I was
got
going.
cramp
at.
in my leg.
Yeah.
And,
well, I have to say
I
too,
get
get
it's
them
like
calf muscles.
it's like, of course, you don't want to like tell your kid like what you want them to do, or like don't do this or don't do that. I never told my kids to like go into music or do any of that, but like that's just what they decided to do. You
See,
know,
that's
maybe
awesome, though.
maybe I'm an influence, maybe I'm not. Of course, I'm like, go be a lawyer, go be a doctor. Don't
Yeah.
do what I'm doing. It does not pay the bills. But at the same time, the way that it brings them joy, that's so important. I
Yep.
mean, my daughter is 6 and she's already just like a phenomenal singer. I'm just like, and she just dances around the house and makes up lyrics. And I'm like, those are
No.
better
Oh,
than
she
mine.
does
I'm
that.
like,
That
can I
reminds you-
She says
steal
those are
these?
better than mine.
Can I
We
steal these
might
lyrics?
steal one of Gracie's
And then my
songs.
son,
like,
my
one of
son
these
is
days.
just picked up piano like a maniac. Like I would wake up in the morning, like about 3 years ago, it started happening. I would wake up in the morning thinking that somebody was blasting music, like, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's my
He's
son.
just jamming, yeah.
That's my
Really?
son. He made jazz piano in the band. He plays bass clarinet, blah, blah, blah. He's honors choir. He's the only boy in honors choir right now in Lakeshore. Like he's just, they're just musically inclined.
Mhm.
Maybe it has something to do with growing up around all of these, not just their parents, but the musician friends we've had over and all the instruments we've had provided for them to just play. You know, we're like, don't break it. Don't touch dad's head rush guitar pedal or you're in trouble. Already got in trouble, did that. And I was like, not again, because you'll break it. It's expensive. But yeah, you know, maybe it has something to do with their influence, but I think they're just naturally born that way. And like, same for me. I was just naturally like a little kid alone in the basement, singing into my hairbrush, into the mirror, you know. I knew I wanted to do that
Mhm.
That's
a
awesome.
long time ago. It didn't have anything to do with my parents, probably, but maybe a little bit.
Interesting.
I think the influences are there, but when I think about it, like again, as a teacher, you go, the skill can absolutely be built. It's all learnable
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some people may be a little more adept. Some people may pick it up a little bit easier. Some people, again, are driven because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, of course, they're going to practice more. And the more you do it, the better you get. Then the better you get, the better
I
you
like
get,
that.
you know? So,
I like that.
Now, if your daughter wanted to follow the same, music profession, would you give her the right blueprint on how to do it?
would you
she-
tell her she needs a
Yes.
fallback?
Yeah, I would say do it for yourself.
Well,
You know,
different
do
job.
it for
Fallback,
yourself.
fallback,
Get
fallback.
your own close family and people and good friends that you trust to help you on that way. Don't go outside of it and get these strangers that come in and
Yeah.
want to market you. I would say don't do that because I've been down that road and it did not end well.
Right.
I would say you stick with the people that you know and love and trust. You don't need, I mean, we got the internet.
Yeah.
You can just put it out there. You don't need these people coming in that don't understand your music, don't know what you're trying to do,
Or don't
trying to
have-
tell you they're going to make you money. They're trying to make themselves money.
They
Get
don't have
out
the
of
best
here.
interest of
Your
that.
best
Yeah.
interest.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is especially for a woman. That's what I've got to say.
Actions speak louder than words, right?
I mean, once I became a mother of a daughter, and of course my son too, but once I became a mother of a daughter, that's when Mama Bear came out, and I was like, you know what?
Not gonna happen. Not on your watch.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, with the internet, it's
Mm-mm.
easier to get that talent out and people to experience her talent.
Yeah. Just right
Besides
there.
waiting for like a executive to come say, "Hey, this is what we want."
Well, and we can take our little laptop and do our little like pre-recordings, and we'll take it to a studio and do that, and then we can put it out there. You know, but the first thing is like your scratch tracks, right?
Mhm.
You know, so we do that first. We take it to like we pay for a professional studio. We do that, and then after that, internet
Okay,
You like have somebody
Here's
or
another question.
platforms,
mix and
whatever.
master.
say for instance, and this is hypothetical. Okay, say for instance, your daughter, she was really good, right? And you
Mhm.
put all this stuff out on the internet and the whole 9 yards, and these record label executives come to you. Would you want to have a strong percentage of the masters of her recordings?
100%.
Because a lot of these,
Wow.
a lot of these record
Or a lot.
producers and executives.
Look what Dolly did.
They
You know what I
get
mean?
these
Like,
people in these contracts, binding contracts, where they have no control of their master.
And then they're
We're
screwed.
not
They're screwed,
signing
yeah.
anything.
So that's
We're not signing
you
anything.
do what Dolly did, and you like try to own as much of your own.
Just like Prince.
And if it doesn't work out,
Same thing,
whatever. You know, because I think that it's very important to not have that. I mean, I can already feel the wall of what that would be like, you know. I'm not letting that happen to my daughter.
Right.
Not on her watch.
Not on my watch. And you know what?
First.
And I'm teaching her that even if I'm not around and something happens to me, she's gonna know.
Yeah.
So
teach her the right way, right?
Yeah.
Because I learned the hard way.
That was a good question.
I was just wondering, man.
That was a good question.
Just thinking about that, because you see a lot of these people out here nowadays just getting screwed over big time.
Totally, they are
screwed over, and they're broke by the second album or whatever the case may be, or when they retire, they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
I always bring up, because I know this happened to him, Aaron Lewis.
Oh yeah,
when he was in Sypain, they came in. He wanted to be a country boy. He wanted to be a country boy, and you sing country songs. And so then all of a sudden, this guy promoter said, "Dude, love your lyrics, love your sound, love everything about you, but I need you to pretty much change the way you look, dump the girl, and sing our alternative music, and use those lyrics to alternative."
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he's got such a country voice.
Yep. And so then he did all that, made millions, made everything, and then he just disappeared because he didn't like the way he is. He was getting depressed. He was doing everything else just because of that guy came out of nowhere, promised him the high life, and now he's actually doing Aaron Lewis.
Is he doing country music now?
He's doing country music. He has
Good
three country albums, and he's singing proud with his. He's more of a I always want to say good old boy, where the rebel flag and everything else, and he goes like to all the casinos and smokes on stage and sings songs, and he still does the Sypain songs, but he does more of the country, and he blends in the Sypain songs because that's who he really still was. But he is. I love his country music.
He's keeping true to himself.
He is. He's being himself, and he sings songs that, like this one song I love. He talks about how the guy comes out of nowhere and promises him the high life, and I'm just a good old boy and gonna do what I want.
If anybody is promising you the high life, run that way. Go away.
Reminds me of that song, what's the Devil in Georgia?
Unless they're like, it's the champagne of beers.
Yeah, Devil in Georgia. Yeah,
where's
that's
the
another good way of looking at it.
Yeah. So you're sold to the devil and get all these fantastic things, money, fame, and fortune, and all that good stuff. And all of a sudden, you have to pay the toll at the end.
Yeah, because that's not where it's at.
No,
it's not where it's at. And you can look at when we're talking about music here today, that's not where it's at. Like every musical story of all of your favorite musicians, think about it's a classic story. That's just like how it always would end. Let's not let it end that way.
I'll give you a great example for what you just said. Actually, I just thought of it, was the Rolling Stones. Great example. They started in the 60s and everything from there, and they're still touring to this day and still packing the house, and they're still being themselves.
Exactly.
They never sold out. Yeah. And the reason they didn't sell out is because who they were, and they're not going to sell out because they're still packing the house the way they want to pack the house.
Yeah.
So I give them.
Or did they sell out because they're still trying to sing to this day?
No, they sing the same song. No, they
didn't.
I'm
that's
a good way of looking at it.
If you're still working, how old are they now? Well,
70s. They're in their 70s.
Yeah, something's wrong there. They're not getting paid the residuals
like 78,
from all their music they made in the history from the 60s to now. Then there's something wrong with the music industry. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But they have their own record label themselves now.
Okay.
They're doing their own damn thing.
Well, that's good.
And they're still packing the house. They're still selling arenas.
And they own their catalog.
Yeah. At 78 years old, they're still packing arenas.
That's the key right there.
I would assume so.
That's the key right there.
Yeah. But the bad thing is, I hate to say this about Mick. Not Mick. Keith Richards. He physically tells people, and he almost died twice because of all the drugs he did. But he has to peel. He has to peel his fingers off the guitar after he gets done playing. Because of
that's how much he's played.
That's how much he's played, and everything else. I feel bad for him because he
I
loves.
don't.
I do,
I'm
because
happy
he-
for him. That's a cool thing.
It's a cool thing, but I
Almost
feel
till you
pain.
get that arthritis.
Yeah, I feel pain
Yeah.
for him.
Wow.
That shit.
The fact that they're still kicking is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Well, especially
Mark
him.
Maron does a little skit on that on one of his Mark Maron specials about how he was like, oh, you get there and you like the big screen, there's all the wrinkles and
They
and
don't
they're
care.
not doing as good. But then he was like, Wild Horses came on and then you like see it and it's just amazing. And like to
Mhm.
see the wrinkles and to see the, arthritic hands. It's like,
Yes.
look at these guys come through all of these decades and get to the point
Decades.
that they're
I like
at.
it. I like
you
it.
know what I mean?
Say it again.
Like decades.
Yeah, I like it. Everybody else, that's
and
cool.
they get to they're still doing it, man. And that's rock and roll for
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about your
Yep.
arthritis. It doesn't
I
matter
just feel
about
bad
your
for his
ex
pain.
drug problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that Graham Parsons died.
Yeah, I feel
That's her favorite. She had to bring him up.
I had to slip
she
it in
loves
there.
Nice little
Graham.
setup for that. Nice
Graham.
little segue for that.
It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're still here. They're still doing what they love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion. And good for them. They
Yeah.
made it. But guess what? The rock and roll industry is different now. So I don't even know if
Much
I have
different.
to wear like a jeweled encrusted thing.
I'll call you Elton John then. Don't do that.
No, I don't want to do that. I
Okay.
want to wear a flannel shirt and like be famous. I
I
don't want to be famous. Let me rephrase that. I just want to be able to do what I want to do and like not have to do what the media
conform
wants.
to another
Right.
somebody
Thank you.
else's ideas.
Thank you.
I get it. I totally get it.
Putting on a different show.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I brought up to him one day. I said, if someone offered us
Go ahead.
$50,000.
How much would it have to be?
No, I said $50,000.
To
Would
do
you
what?
just change the name, not how we are, to change the name? And he went, I'll change the name, but we're not changing who we are.
No.
Because then he
Right.
said, I
Yeah.
can take that name and start another one
Yeah.
on my own
Still keep it
Yeah.
and still do that on the side.
and do that on the side. I went,
Yeah.
oh, you totally went around that fucking question, you jackass.
No.
And I'm thinking, damn, that's actually fucking smart.
Yeah.
We could do that, and then you can do your own
Brilliant.
thing. I
Still
said,
keep that as an umbrella
Yeah.
of something else.
so I went, damn,
Working on under.
you totally just ruined that question for me.
You can do that on the side. I mean,
I think we've done that too with different bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
like, let's just call it
Right.
something else.
it's under the
Yeah.
same umbrella that
Now,
you started off with.
So actually, that's what I was going to bring up.
Armo and Co.
How long have you guys known each other?
It's going on 20 years probably.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
guys
2
meet?
decades.
2 decades.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, we really
Decades.
met
I
at
Yeah.
stole it from
Doing
SNL.
open
I'm not
mic.
gonna lie.
doing open mic at the livery was
Really?
really probably where we first really got to know each other.
And you
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I like your voice." No, I like your voice. Let's
I
do a
I
band.
loved her. I mean, she was
Yeah.
always making music, and was younger than I was. But then, like, once I got to know, because I think I knew the brothers too.
Yeah.
And then, gosh,
Well,
I'm
like
trying to think of,
originally I
when
was
we
like,
first played together.
I was doing like Bob Dylan, like sappy ballads at the open mic, and then I met the brothers
brothers.
eventually. I feel like you and me met.
I
them at the
remember
same
seeing
time.
you at
who's the
the
brothers?
Shady
The
Shady
Sypain
Grove
brothers.
or whatever.
So
You were doing
my husband's
bluegrass.
Okay.
and his
She
two
was
brothers.
in high school still, like doing bluegrass, and I had seen her down in Berrien Springs playing, and was like, "Oh, it's so they're so good." You know what I mean? It was her and a couple other young ladies that were playing bluegrass, and it was awesome. Like under the tree, in the park at Berrien Springs.
And what's cool about bluegrass is if you pay attention to the lyrics, they're actually pretty
Yeah.
deep rooted and a little
Yeah.
soulful.
Yeah, they are. They
Yeah.
actually
Some
are.
of them.
Yeah, some of them. I do like bluegrass music here and there. I can't name anything, but once I hear, a
That's
couple
good
things-
though. We want you to
Yeah.
not name it.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's supposed to be.
I just like how the words, and all of a sudden you're just jamming to it, and then you just it's like almost like listening to Grateful Dead almost, because you're just now listening to the melody and the beat, and you're just bobbing your head and thinking, oh shit, what were the lyrics on that? What
Yeah.
what did they just say? Oh well.
Doesn't
And then you go
matter.
back and you just go
It's
back.
making you bob your head. So
What did I just say?
Yeah. Shit, I'm zoning out. So I understand that. So you guys met.
Well,
at
and
Delivery?
then I had a band called Some Gypsy Baggage that I
That's
played
what you were
with for
thinking
a
of.
long time.
That's
so,
what you were thinking of.
So yeah, Slim Gypsy played together we were together for over 10 years.
Oh, really?
And we played a couple shows with you guys, and then we started doing the Thanksgiving show with you guys.
Yep.
And we started collaborating on some songs together with both of the bands. And we did a lot of Rolling Stones, and I think it was mostly like David Bowie
covers, and then we would like both each share like our original songs from each band, but then also somebody would come in and pop in for like your original.
Yeah,
like,
we had a
with
couple,
you.
like,
We
other
would
guest
collaborate on
people.
our originals as well.
Wow.
You know. So, and that's, you know what, that ain't easy, folks. We had to get like a lot of band practices
we would
together.
do
and
probably
figure it
8
out.
weeks of practices with 2 bands,
Yeah.
and that's really difficult when you have, you know, 5 people in the one band, 4 people in the other band, and you're
You got 12
literally
people in
wrangling
a little
cats
space
to get
trying to figure it
everybody
out.
Yeah.
to
And
be
everybody's
there.
talking. It's a cacophony. And you're like, can we just practice? Like,
Can you
1,
shut the
2,
fuck up,
3, kick it,
Plato?
start the song.
That's kind of cool.
So
At
we did. We
practice.
started doing that, and then you and I had a couple tunes I think that we would do together, and then we had met Meredith
Mhm.
because she was doing open mics.
Yep.
Really?
And somebody, it was Tom Ives, I think, that was like, you guys should all play together, and we were like, okay, let's try it out. And,
Well, and then when we got together, we were like, we all wanted to play together anyways.
and we
just,
did.
It's
Well,
hard
it was
to find
just
the
easy
time,
too.
right?
We sang a song. I think I'm trying to even remember what the first one was. It wasn't On the Road Again.
It
Was it?
It was. And
It was On the
You
Road.
mean
It
a
was
country
On the
song?
Road
On
Again.
the road again?
Willie
Yeah,
Nelson.
Willie
Yeah.
Nelson.
Wow.
And
was.
and
I
it was
wasn't
just
expecting
like
that.
one of those like where we sang and it was so easy.
Like,
You know
we
what I
didn't
mean? Like,
practice
everybody
it. We
had their
just
part.
did it,
Yeah.
and then we
Everybody
all
knew
found
right
our
where to go.
3-part harmony, and it was like, oh, okay, there's something here.
Yeah,
And like the rest is history, as they say.
So
her story.
I kind of like when we ask this question now. It's no, this question here is
I was gonna-
I kind of like this question when we do this.
I need a
Was
button.
what
I
song?
need one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, what is any other type of band names that you guys were gonna call your guys selves? That all the bands are
Evil
in?
Mothers.
Evil
was one of 'em.
Mothers.
I
We
kind of like
thought of-
because
Like
all
it.
the bands that we
But I was
we
like,
had
it's a
in-
little too metal. Little too metal for
Evil
like what
yeah,
we're,
that's
we're
kinda-
trying
We
to
thought of-
stage
we thought of-
evil mother.
we
I
thought of we thought of Trillium, which I think is a little too soft, but also there's already a bunch of bands named Trillium
Oh yeah.
because
Is there?
there's 3 pedals on that. But then I remember that when we came up with backups, it was more of like 3 little birds sit by my doorstep. The backup, like the backup
Yeah.
to the band,
Like the
and
I3s.
also like because
Yeah.
everyone
The
was kind of
I3s.
yeah.
everyone was
Rita,
using or
Judy,
everyone
Yeah.
was utilizing
sisters.
us to come play in their
Sister
bands
Rita.
and do whatever, and so it was like we're the backups.
Actually,
But really, we just back each other up.
Yeah.
It became, there's just so much that goes with it.
that's what I was thinking.
Now
Oh.
you need a rim shot.
Oh, well, that was my fault. Hit the wrong button.
There it is.
There we go.
There we
So
go.
that's what we're looking for.
But
My fault. I knew it
No,
was in there.
it's not.
It was in there somewhere.
No, it wasn't.
I like the
There.
See, got it.
Got it.
Boom.
I always like to ask that question, obvious, because we've heard a lot of different band names that I was gonna name my band this. And
What was the bone? What?
My band Slim Gypsy
Thrasher.
Baggage was gonna be called the Suspicious Fishes.
Suspicious Fishes.
I like that.
But we were like, people are gonna be like the Suspicious Bitches, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, switch it around.
Suspicious Bitches. You know, I mean, you get
Say it
somebody
3
drunk
times.
trying to like say your
What are
band
these
name.
people
Yeah.
suspicious?
You can't
Yeah.
even
Suspicious.
And he's
bitch,
sober.
What? I don't know how to name it.
Tongue tied. Say it 3 times.
Sally sells seashells by this.
She sells
She short.
she shells.
Are you guys looking at me for that?
I'm waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, we were
Why?
handing it over.
Suspicious.
Suspicious bitches.
See,
Very
Say it
good.
Say it 3 times.
Suspicious. What was your first concert, James?
Suspicious.
Gotcha.
What was your first concert,
Suspicious.
James?
What? Don't try to go down there.
What was your first concert?
The only
Suspicious.
concert I went to.
Yeah, your only concert. What-
Yeah, I'm not telling you anymore. You try to make fun of it.
Yes, I do every single time.
That's
Your
okay.
first concert.
That's
your only
okay,
concert.
Joe. That's not.
You need to go out more.
No, I don't need to do anything. I do what I'm doing now. I don't do anything.
Actually, what was your guys' first concert you guys went to?
Yeah.
My very first concert
Yeah,
that's
a good
was
question.
was 9 Inch Nails
Really? How
at
old?
Wings Stadium in '96. 3 or something like that. I was like 15.
Yeah, wow. Actually, yeah, because
Yep.
we're only a year older than me, so that
Yep.
makes more sense. Wow, wow, 9 Inch Nails. That's a deep one.
It was a good one. It was
Were they by
it
themselves?
was right when Jim Rose Circus was there. I can't remember what the other band. I think there was one other band, but Jim Rose Circus was, sort of like the freak show or whatever. And that was all at the beginning. But it was right after like Downward Spiral had just come out. And so they did a lot of like Pretty Hate Machine and Downward Spiral. It was pretty badass.
Oh, wow.
I had downward
Got
spiral.
into a mosh
Good
pit.
on.
It's
Oh.
kind of fun.
Did you go in the mosh pit?
I crowd surfed. Like
You
they
crowd-
threw me over the thing, and then I ran to the back and did it
You
again.
did it again.
That's one thing that's one thing I'm a paranoid to do all my life. I always wanted to try it, but I'm thinking I don't.
Man, I don't know. I had
I
a
don't-
lot of balls back.
I
then,
didn't.
though.
I wouldn't trust anybody. To just
Drop.
yeah, that's my paranoia. I mean, I guess it goes with my biggest fear. Actually, is a sinkhole.
Oh,
Because you never know when it's going to happen. I'm not afraid of anything else, but I'm afraid of a sinkhole. So it's the whole fear of all of a sudden
Falling
someone just let
out of
me go.
nowhere.
And then
Falling.
you get trampled.
I
That's
was gonna say the
scarier
trampled part would be terrible.
Yeah.
That just made me think of your fear
What's
with
my fear?
flying, only because it was like the sinkhole.
Oh,
She had a thing about flying, and this
never
was
knew
her.
that.
I always tease her about this because she goes,
does she remember?
"We're gonna be in a plane crash over the ocean. I'm gonna be the only survivor, and then a shark is going to eat me."
Oh no.
No.
She says, "And that
Okay,
shark is gonna
so
eat
I have an actual phobia of
I don't mean to,
great
like,
me. Sharks.
Say,
Okay.
I feel your
You have a
pain.
phobia?
Yeah,
of-
but he doesn't.
So-
Pain.
My thing is, people have asked me
never
like, come
catch me
to
in the ocean.
Germany, do this, do that, go on a cruise with me, and I'm like, listen,
Cruise, no.
it's gonna go down. I'm gonna be the only one that survives, and I'm gonna be like paddling on a little piece of wreckage, and I'll be encircled by sharks. This is where I'm not taking that risk.
I'll be the guy.
I just pictured the
I'll be that guy in
Titanic.
the
I
Titanic.
never
I
said
didn't-
I was gonna
Down,
get
hit
eaten by the
everything.
shark. Yeah,
I
I
just
never, I never said I was gonna get eaten by the shark. I just said that's how it will go down.
I just pictured the Titanic.
I was like
Titanic.
ready for Leslie to be like, "I'm riding this bitch home. Like, watch me
Yeah,
make this shark my
well, that's
bitch,"
what I
you
said.
know what
I'm
I
gonna
mean?
ride the
Like,
shark
Here I am.
to
Right, like a rodeo. Like,
The funny thing is, I just pictured when you said
Bull.
that the Titanic, and said,
terrified
"I'm
of
gonna be
sharks.
floating on this, I'm gonna be floating on this board. No one's gonna get on this thing. They're gonna sink me even more. Get off."
Yeah. I have a giant 2-door French door, and apparently my boyfriend can't fit on it. Bye.
Bye.
You just show him
What
now.
the
Just
hell, Rose?
go to sleep, little baby.
What's wrong with you, honey? You didn't want him in the first place, apparently.
She knew she had that diamond.
This is a double French door. That thing was so
Oh,
much
man.
room.
And the funny thing is, I think she knew
So
she had
much
that.
room.
She knew she had that diamond. I'm a rich bitch. Huh? Bye.
Yeah, she was like, I already have like 3 other boyfriends somewhere.
All right, guys. Before we go any further, we got to get. We're at the top of the hour.
Oh,
Top of the hour.
shush. Okay.
1 hour gone. One more to go. All right, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment. And if you see the coffee thing on the side there, please, if you want to donate, do that as well.
Buy these guys a cup of coffee. Come on.
Please and thank you.
Like
I like coffee. Joe doesn't, but
I don't like coffee.
it's not coffee.
Well,
It's a
buy
donation.
him something else special.
Yeah.
Get him a tea.
I like wine.
No, it's
Buy
not.
me
wine.
wine.
He'll be
Joe.
Get him
doing
some
wine soon.
Sangiovese.
27 days. Buy me wine.
Lent will be over
Let
soon.
it stock up here.
No, we're not stopping anything in here.
I'll bring my wine rack and we're just gonna
Yeah.
start filling it up.
I'm not gonna do it.
He'll
All
have
right,
his wine
guys.
backpack.
I do.
This is the
have
Third
one.
Eye Truth Theorem Podcast, episode 75. We're here with Morgan Ingle and Leslie Sypain.
Sypain.
Yeah, I said it
Oh,
wrong.
got
It's
it. You were so close.
Sippy cup. Sypain.
Sippy cup.
That
Leslie Sippy
works.
cup. Leslie Sypain. Sorry, guys.
It's all
We're
right.
back.
So we didn't get to hear your first concert.
Okay, so technically my first concert would be Citizen Cope at the House of Blues in Chicago. And that was really fun because I was wearing ridiculous flip-flops. And I went into like the mosh pit and I lost both of my shoes. So I lost them. And also my friend, maybe I shouldn't say that. My friend got in with a yearbook photo and not an ID, and it worked out.
Wait a minute, a
Um,
yearbook photo?
Yes,
We
I
used
don't
to
know.
be able to do that back
Yeah.
in the
I'm
day.
not going to
remember?
name my
Oh, shit.
friend, but
You
it
don't have
was
the name, but
amazing.
still.
But that was so cool because like the guys would come out because it was it was Citizen Cope and Slightly Stupid, right? And I
That's
was
the name
never
of the
really
band?
Slightly Stupid. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very like Long Beach dub, whatever.
Sort of
and,
like Sublime.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm
Very
old,
much.
I guess.
That was like their inspiration. And so the
Mhm.
guys in the suits with the brass, because I love brass like my dad and everything, like we were talking about before, they would like jump out in the zoot suits and like and then they would jump off back behind stage after they were done with their little like horn brass solos and stuff. So I thought that was so sick. And then that was kind of my first, but I would say that my first concert would be my friend had tickets to Bloomington IU, and it was a show for Bob Dylan and Elvis Costello, right? And he was like, I got 3 extra tickets. I'm taking you, pick whoever you want. So I picked Nathan Sypain and his brother, and we went and basically Elvis Costello, I think he opened up, but it was just Elvis Costello, and he was at the very front of the stage, just him and a guitar, telling all of his stories, like up in front of the audience, like not afraid, doing all of this. I mean, it was the most beautiful thing
that's
in my
awesome.
life. And the Sypian brothers always like showed me Elvis Costello. I didn't know anything about him at the time when I met them. And it was just so amazing. And that's when I just like fell in love with Elvis Costello. And then afterwards,
love him.
Bob Dylan came out and he was in the way back end of the stage. And it was when he had that like eye logo,
Yeah.
And it was just like, "No, in the basement, it's not the medicine. I want to get off the stage. I hate this."
I felt the same.
And
I
it
felt
was
the
very
same way when I saw
that.
Bob,
And
because I saw
but-
Bob Dylan.
but
too, and
everybody
Paul
was-
Simon.
Everyone was bitching about it once the show was over. When we were outside, everyone was like, "Ugh, Bob Dylan sucked." And I was like, Bob Dylan, like you wanted Bob Dylan from the 60s. You got
Like, he
Bob
was
Dylan
also like
in
70
his
or 60s.
I was
at
like,
the
you
time,
wanted
yeah.
Bob Dylan in his 60s. You got, or from the 60s, you got Bob Dylan in his 60s. It's just different. Or actually probably 70s. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But this was like 2 decades ago. So I was
I
like
love
trying
it.
to like school people a little bit, not school them, but I was like, stop, it's Bob Dylan. You are lucky you got to see Bobby.
Yeah.
And also I'm lucky I got to see Elvis Costello. So it was a beautiful show. So I would say that would be my first show. Citizen Cope and Slightly Stupid was great. That was great. Actually, Citizen Cope was so high that he couldn't even like remember his words, his lyrics. And me and my best friend Brianne were up front and we were like feeding him his lyrics. And he was like, I
love these
swear that
girls.
happened. I swear that
Awesome.
happened. I mean, his eyes were bloodshot. And
Where's
we
the
were like,
flip-flops?
we were giving him the like butterfly with the bullet thing. I
Get
don't
these
know.
ladies some new flip flops, please.
Yeah, well, my flip flops are somewhere.
They were stuck. They were stuck to the ground.
I mean, I walked out barefoot. It was terrible.
The only thing that I didn't like about the House of Blues, because I saw 2 shows there, but the first one, for some reason, they had tables in the back and chairs,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and even closer towards the stage, they had them. But I didn't get those tickets because I was cheap, and I didn't thought I was going to get those seats anyways. Those general admission was closer to the stage, but it wasn't. But the last show I just saw was, they're an awesome band. I think you would love them.
Who's that?
Return of the Mummies.
Oh yeah. Or Here Come the
Oh,
Mummies.
Here Comes the Mummies. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Here Come
Comes
the
the
I don't know
Mummies.
that.
They're an awesome
you
band.
would recognize it. You
They-
recognize it if you heard it.
Actually, you would like them, but the reason I say
It's
you
like
might
surf
like them,
rock. I feel like
it's
isn't it?
they come out in all dressed up like mummies, and they first they come out like in a procession of drum line, and then they come out still dressed in all mummy suits, and they not make fun of, but have their own lyrics to like Brick House.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's all rhythm and blues Brick House, and you can hear the song in the background, but it's their own words. So they're making their own words to that song, but it is Brick House, and they do that through the whole
It's like a
entire show.
remix.
Yeah, pretty much. It's an awesome show, and
That is
they
cool.
play the instruments phenomenally.
That would have been fun.
It is an awesome show. But the only thing I don't like about House of Blues is there's really no seats, and if you pay more for them, and I don't like that. I think if it's an open floor plan like that, general admission all the way around.
Really?
Yeah, I think it should.
He's
be.
like, fuck those little tables up in the front.
I did.
Damn.
I watched the security
I like to
tackle
dance.
someone in the mosh pit. It was
I did.
awesome.
But I want to sit down too.
Yes.
I did.
Well,
I
I
sat
feel
down on
tired.
a little. I sat down on a little ledge.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I did.
I've seen a couple shows there too. It's a
It's such
it's a cool venue. I
it's
mean,
small.
it's
I thought
it is small.
First time I ever went there, I thought it was wow. This is awfully fucking small.
It is kind of small. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow, this is pretty big. I thought it was bigger area because of who they are. I'm
Is
thinking,
the word the house
Of blues. Yeah.
I guess I just.
Yeah. Not
Funny
a big
thing is,
thing.
I didn't even see a blues band there yet.
No. I'm sure that's what it was originally made for.
Yeah.
Blues,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Right. Then it all got.
Oh,
What
next question.
is it for me?
No, not for you. I'm just looking at you like a
Oh, you want me to have
follow-up.
Oh, I have a lot of questions, honestly. So, with everything that you guys are part of, what do you regret about anything about part of the band stuff? I'm kind of curious. Like, what do you not?
Being negative.
I would say for me, it's probably not recording things as much sooner.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, music wise, like I know that's been a
That's
thing
good.
that we've kind of been hung up with the backups is that we've got all these great original songs and like none of them are recorded officially.
That would
And that's
Oh.
what
You know
I'm.
what I mean?
That's
So-
to reiterate.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by being negative. Is that it's sometimes really easy to like give up when we all have lives. We all have families, kids, all these
Or,
things.
yeah, days where you just don't want to do
And
it. You're
and
like,
it
"Ugh."
it you know this person can make it this day, this one can't, and the other like it's such a balancing beam of craziness, and so it's like. I say that giving up would be my downfall because some days I do, and the other day I wake up bright and early, bushy tailed, and I'm like, let's go.
Mhm.
And then it's very
Yeah.
like a balancing beam because then when I'm up, the other one is down. It goes like this. And so I would say the most important thing to do is to have a positive attitude because I think my downfall is having a negative one.
Yeah, I can't see you being negative.
She gave me
I'm
that
coming
look.
for you.
Give me that
I'm
look.
That look,
coming
she's
for you
like,
after
"Man."
this
Oh,
podcast.
you just wait,
I
Joe.
can't-
She's
no,
like,
I-
show you negative.
But you
I
read
can't-
me. You
I
read me.
can't see
You know
you being
me.
negative. I can't see you being negative. I see you being a positive person, though.
Yes.
For the most part, I think you are too.
But
it is. It
Everybody
can
has
get
their
hard
days.
on yourself.
but
too,
when
you know
somebody
what I mean?
is bubbly and positive, yeah, there's a weight that
There's a swing of the pendulum.
yeah.
You
Yeah, yeah, that's
When the
true.
pendulum swings, it cuts.
Cuts deep too.
know.
Damn. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it cuts deep. What do you want to know, James?
Oh, I was going to say, who's your favorite lead singers?
Aretha Franklin.
Really?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I
she'd be a
can't
big
sing
one.
like her. Are you
Oh.
kidding me? Like she's not somebody I can do.
Again,
bet
there's
you-
so many.
Aretha.
So many good ones.
How about your top three then? Just off the top of the head.
Well, again, that would be a Mick Jagger.
I don't know. I don't
John
need Mick for
Lennon.
that. It's a hard one.
She goes, oh, well, and I go, if I'm thinking female singers, like there's
Okay.
Chrissy Hine,
Who's Chrissy Hine?
Pretenders.
Oh, thank you.
I would say Aretha Franklin. I would say
You didn't know you're gonna have to
Selena Quintanilla y Perez. I would say
Selena.
I thought all you had to say is Selena. I didn't know her last name.
She got it all in there.
I know. I couldn't pronounce that for the life of me.
She's like, I got it. She
Um,
got it. It just came off.
Yes, it rolled right off her tongue
It
too.
did.
I can't even
Way
spell
too
that.
easy.
Shit.
I don't know who the third one is yet. You go.
Well,
I'll think about it.
your grandma is probably one of yours. Now,
Oh, Graham Parsons, of course. That's my third.
for you, I know that.
Yeah. Graham Parsons. Yeah.
Golly,
Two
yeah,
girls and one guy.
again, yeah, that's where I'm like, I love so many. And that's always changing now too, because there's like
Yeah, it
musicians
does.
that
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah.
Like lately, I've really loved. There's a band called Boy Genius, and it's 3 females, primarily. Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and I always forget what the other girl's name is. Brandy Carlisle is a huge favorite of mine. Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
for
Why'd you
sure.
Oh, man.
Whitney, Dolly, Emmylou Harris,
I mean,
Linda Ronstadt.
There's so many names.
There's just
There's
Can't-
so
can't-
many good ones.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
like,
It always makes me laugh when he asks that question. Name 3, and everybody always names like 10.
it's hard. It's hard to
That's
just say
like
3.
what?
I mean, you gotta
Rewind
have-
back to
We
when
don't
you were
wanna
asking me what's my
pigeonhole
favorite
yourself
Rolling
into
Stone
just-
song.
Yeah.
I just
Those
I'm
Can't
like,
contain it.
I could just like that. I
all
love
of
that
them.
one.
All
I
of
do.
them.
It makes
You
me
got to give your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Here's my other 10 honorable mentions now.
They did it to me one time. Like, oh yeah, I like this.
actually,
this,
he asked.
this,
No, he asked us a question. And then
Oh,
they-
don't
What's your
forget
favorite
this.
color?
No.
Roy G. Biv.
the funny thing is, he says, "What's your top? Who's your top fans?"
That's funny. I knew that.
It's like your musical.
Consider that
Oh,
still.
I
I'm
love
taking that
musicals.
one.
I love musicals. I do.
You do?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about Wicked?
You
I
asking
haven't
us?
seen it yet.
Name our
Get
musicals.
out of
Yeah.
here.
Or
I haven't
what's your
seen Wicked
favorite?
yet.
Do you not have
What's your
Peacock?
favorite musician?
I know, but I want to see
Ooh,
it. I wanted to see it in person and live, but I just couldn't do
Well,
it
then
because
The movie is.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna watch it on Peacock. I will. But it's not the same. I heard.
Name my.
Sorry.
She just said.
Probably isn't.
favorite musicians for you.
Oh, I can name my 5.
So you go first
Why is that hard?
because you said you can name
I
your
can't.
5.
You got
off
them in
the
a
top of your
heartbeat.
I do.
head. Yeah.
I do.
I'm gonna
It's
sit here and
Paul Simon, just because of my
Oh,
after,
huge,
my
yeah.
grandfather, and I love the music, and it makes me feel more deep with him. John Lennon, because I love the music. Bob Marley,
Yep.
and then Otis Redding and
Yes.
Al Green.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Luther Vandross
Yes.
had a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney Houston, another great, excellent voice. I mean, just most of her songs, you just like, oh man, that brings life to me. I like Al Green, but I also like I want to say Otis Redding, but I'm not gonna say that. Did I already say my 3?
You said 3.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
did-
leave it
I
at
did-
that.
I
I'm
did-
leaving it
See,
at-
I
I'm
did
leaving it
5
at that.
then.
I'm leaving it at that.
I thought we were doing
Top five.
Top
I thought
five?
we were doing
Okay,
top 5.
okay.
You have 2 more now. Can't go past that. Just 2.
As,
do it.
as much as I hate saying his name because he's done so many bad things, I'm gonna say R. Kelly.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it. I
voice.
love R. Kelly music.
He
Yeah.
has a great voice.
It's like Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson's voice, but that doesn't mean
Michael Jackson. I mean,
Same thing. Yep.
I wouldn't say Michael Jackson as much. He was a great performer. I put it in
Yes.
that.
I like
Hey.
Jackson 5 better.
I like
We had that conversation about Michael.
Mm.
ooh
You only
shit.
have 1 more. You
Damn.
can't go past that.
I only got 3, so I get 2 more.
Yeah, you get 2 more. You get 2 more.
I only have 3 of them. Why is
You get 2 more.
Keep going though.
Oh, let him think on this 5th one. Go ahead. Do you have yours?
No, I'll come back. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you have 5 for you? Or the other 2?
I would say John Lennon, because when you said that, I was like, I forgot about
Paul
that.
Simon, man, big one.
And
Paul
then,
Simon's big for me.
I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with Elvis Costello because
like
like
Elvis.
all that, or like Burt Bacharach, whatever. We
Yeah.
could say whatever.
Ooh.
I really like the Elvis. Somebody was like, "Oh, Elvis Costello is so monotone." I was like,
Well,
"Are
he's
you
he's not really
kidding
monotone.
me?"
He's not really monotone. His music was more laid back. I mean, if I had to say it,
Who are
It
you?
was
we
pretty
talking about?
dynamic.
yeah,
like,
I mean, his
We're talking
Elvis
about Elvis
Costello.
Costello,
Yeah.
right?
his
No, but
he's
somebody was
almost
like-
a Bob Dylan. That's why they worked well with one another. Their music range is about the same. I would say for me, just coming from my aspect.
Well, I'm saying Bob Dylan and Elvis Costello, I don't think have anything to do with each other.
I see. In my eyes, the type of music they play is about the same in my eyes.
I would 100% disagree, and I'm
You would.
sorry.
Yeah.
But Elvis
okay.
Costello, like his vocal range is just like it's like
He
all
does do
over.
it. He's-
So if
he's
you want to do
a
vocal
lot of-
exercises, do Elvis.
Yeah.
Not Presley,
Yeah.
Costello. Yeah. Bob Dylan I love too.
I like the way they looked, both of them.
Well,
They're their own entity.
they are. And
Yes.
that's the truth.
I like
Elvis
But
Costello
Elvis
did have a good
Costello
run,
is like, why are we racing to
Yep.
be so bold? I'm up late pacing the floor. I won't be told. Like it's very like,
That's the
and like,
dynamics,
Yep.
the up and
yeah,
down.
yeah, and that's why I like love Elvis Costello, and I love Elvis Presley too because that was Graham Parsons' favorite singer.
See, I never liked Elvis Presley. No offense. I never did like it at all.
My favorite singer, that was his favorite singer. So I get it.
I like some of his songs, but then I found out he didn't write any of his songs, so I really didn't like him after that because he didn't write any of his
A
songs.
lot of people didn't write their own songs.
I know, but my thing is how he acted and how
With Dolly Parton.
it made me feel like how he was singing it. He's the one that wrote it back then. I mean, I didn't find out people didn't write their songs
Kind of
until
a
I was like
badass.
16, 17. So actually, I do have a question for you though, James. So I'm kind of curious. What
The face.
your face is priceless. I forgot. I was
It
going
was
to
a drink not made by James.
So no, it's a drink. That's a drink that would look like James.
Wait, I
What's
don't
your
think
favorite
there's
R. Kelly
anything-
song? Kind of curious since you said
Oh,
R.
yeah.
Kelly. I'm kind of curious about that.
It's
Yeah.
got to be the Space Jam.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all the songs he
Wait,
had out
Space Jam?
Yeah, well, I can believe I can
there,
fly
I can believe I
That's
could fly.
awesome.
because he takes it to different levels.
See,
Yeah.
like I was saying about Elvis
I'm not talking about the
Costello.
lyrics. I'm not talking about the lyrics, but just the vocals alone.
He wasn't
Thank
talking
you,
about
baby.
that. He was talking about the other thing.
Oh, sorry.
So, really?
Yeah.
I see the one song that I love too, but the one song that I could just always go to by R. Kelly, I Wish.
That's another one. That's but I can believe I can believe I can fly.
Yeah.
It has levels.
Yeah,
Different levels.
I can see where you're going.
Where his range comes from goes high, low, and
Yeah.
he did it all in that one.
Can I bring up something weird? Maybe not that weird, but one of my like old school favorite songs, and it's a guilty pleasure, is Casey and JoJo
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
know?
yes,
yeah.
I love that
Thank
song,
you.
too. I used to play.
Joseph? Yeah.
Sometimes,
Like, take me back to
I
the
used to- I
sometimes
used to play
my
that song when
friends
I
don't
DJ'd.
Yes.
understand, and I'm like, no, it's a thing.
Yep, I used to play that song a lot when I DJ'd. A lot.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was.
Where did you DJ at?
Ooh, where did I DJ? Boathouse, Getaway.
Do you still DJ?
Not anymore. I'm done. I'm retired. It's not the same. Music sucks.
You can't play the 90s jams.
I do, I-
Kids will throw rocks at him.
I played
The kids
Rookies.
nowadays
It's a
throw
tough
rocks at him.
crowd.
Then bigger clubs. I did Heartland,
Oh, yeah.
State Theater, a couple places in Intersection in Grand Rapids.
Nice.
I
I mean, only because I've been there.
I've been a lot of when I was really into it, I did that, but I just don't do it anymore. I mean, Tom, if he ever needs it, but half the time he just calls Roach and he just mixes a couple of stuff, and that's not DJing to me. Not the same.
Yeah, they have
It's
like
not
a
the same.
playlist or
Yes.
something, and they
It's
just
not the same. Or
press
it's the same
play.
beat. It's more like the techno. What did
EDM.
EDM? Yeah, it's more. It's like that kind of where it's always the same beat and they have different lyrics, and I just don't like that. That's not
it's
DJing.
hard.
That's not DJing to me anymore.
Yeah.
Me, was just like
Pushing buttons.
me is blending the music into not having the music blend already in the background.
That's what DJing is.
No, blending music is
Uh-oh.
blending music to the same beat.
Uh-oh,
So,
No,
Joe.
I'm agreeing.
No, that was
yeah.
good.
Oh no, she's
Uh-oh,
agreeing with me.
Joe.
No, I'm
She
agreeing
did.
with
Yeah, she's agreeing with me, James.
that.
I
Like
thought
the
she-
blending.
Going against you. I'm like,
No, she.
No. We
my cricket's
Hey.
ready for you.
people that lock horns are actually going to be the best of friends.
Yeah, because that is part of DJing is blending the music in, not
Yeah.
having a
Mhm.
background music that helps you blend it in.
Mhm.
I don't believe in that. I remember when I used to bring in my cases of albums and putting them on turntables and scratching and blending the music in that way.
You subscribe.
And then fading one out and then
Yep.
pulling the other
Oh,
one up.
man.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, I loved it.
that's cool.
Club Fever and State Theater is when I was really doing all that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I loved it. South Bend people out there loved it.
Can I
Kalamazoo,
add
no.
something?
what was-
That is a dying art form.
It is.
What
And
was your,
I've got dying art forms with like guitar stuff and all of that, and it's like it's really hard to see because it's like even with doctors or whatever, like you go and they're like, "Ooh, I've never seen this before," and I'm like, "That's because you're like 21 and I'm like 37, and you don't know what's wrong with me."
hey, what was your DJ name?
See, I knew you were going to ask that.
I don't even know. I don't remember.
Jackass.
I don't remember. Come on, we wait.
I know. I look at you
What
waiting for
would
hit
it
a
have
button.
been,
You're
too?
looking
I
for
want to
your
know what
button.
the potential names. We got to see what the potential names would have been too.
Oh, right.
Damn, you did that on purpose.
DJ Handicap.
No, actually, I had a lot. I mean,
Come
of
on,
course,
give-
it was
Had a
always,
couple
Give
names.
me
of course,
one.
it was always my name because it was DJ
Was
JoJo.
was it in the beginning when you first started DJing?
It was actually DJ JoJo. It was always the beginning when I DJ'd at.
When did you change it up?
They changed it. I always asked. I said, see, they always ask me, what is your DJ name? I said,
You beating around the question, man. What was your
I
DJ
can
name?
I didn't have just one.
What was the other ones? That's-
He loves this one. He loves it. It was called DJ Sticky. Not DJ Sticky Boots.
Oh,
No, not
Sticky
Sticky
Boots.
Boots. Not Sticky Boots because he was my best friend actually. DJ Jiggy Fly.
He
loves that one.
Jiggy fly.
Yeah. He loves that one.
Are you a fisherman by a chance? I'm just
Flying.
with a
'Cause-
jiggy fly.
Because actually,
It's
that
like
guy,
a
I was
reel
at,
and next reel and rod issue.
I was at actually State Theater there, and I was at State Theater, and it was an I call it the ghetto night, and it was this big old black guy was standing next to me as my bouncer, and he said this guy came up, dude, you're playing awesome music, bro, and
DJ Jiggy Fly.
and I said, and he was looking at the black guy for it, and he says, and he's looking at him for it, and he says, hey, you're playing awesome music, and the guy wasn't
I
answering.
officially quit this podcast.
He's like, I'm out.
So I asked the guy
Holy
asked
shit.
me, he says, what's your DJ name? Because he says you're playing the music, but you're white. I went, yeah.
Jiggy Fly.
He said, what's your DJ name? I said, name me something. I don't
I
care.
don't even touch you. I'm going into
That's 2 podcasts you're crying on
Jiggy.
this week.
Jiggy fly.
it.
So, yeah.
At least you came out in the open, man.
I always
We'll pull
love
that
that
jiggy
story.
fly
I
back
love it.
out.
Because that's when
I
actually,
appreciate it.
because that's when Will Smith did Getting Jiggy with It.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
So you
that's-
blame
I
it on
was
Will,
like,
you blame it on Will Smith now.
She
I
goes,
was like,
oh,
I-
yeah.
I'm a-
13
I'm afraid
I was
I'm
like,
gonna get slapped if
jiggy
I
with
say
it,
any more about
with
him.
braces.
Yeah.
Can't say
No.
I'm afraid
Hey.
I'm afraid I'm gonna talk more about him. He might come in here and slap me.
Don't keep my name out of your mouth. Oh my gosh. man.
That's good.
This is a classic one right here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what were your other potential?
I actually can't really.
You know, didn't have
Scratch
any
that
other
one.
potentials.
Nothing,
Yeah, they were
nothing,
like,
nothing weird like that. Nothing that he could laugh about. It was mostly my name.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
Actually, DJ Sticky Boots was actually my coke.
Did you say sticky
Sticky boots.
Sticky Boots? He was
sticky boots? I thought
Yeah.
you said sticky.
no DJ Sticky Boots. Actually,
Sticky bitch.
he became the
Don't make me
U93.
laugh any harder, okay?
He became U93's morning show guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
I've
got a
heard that name.
career now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Sticky boots.
Yeah,
Did
he-
he have sticky boots?
no,
Wait,
actually,
you're
Huh?
sticky boots.
No.
I
He
thought.
might have worked at SARS. Remember? Remember them floors?
Yeah.
You got his start.
Oh,
Yeah.
DJ
You
Sticky
need
Boots
like
coming on
did
some
stage.
percentage.
I did actually, but it's okay.
Wow.
Well, look at the new morning show guy that's on U93 now. Big Perm.
Here comes Sticky boots.
No, Big Perm.
Big perm?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
he doesn't even have a perm. He's
Not
bald.
big worm.
Yeah.
He, yeah.
He's 6 foot something tall white dude, and
Oh
it's
my
called Big
gosh.
Perm.
Not
Man,
big. Not to be confused with big
Big
That's
worm.
about 3 minutes
Big
of
worm.
laughter right there.
You,
Thanks, Joe.
You always laugh at me. It's okay.
Thanks, brother.
It's all right, buddy. I'm here for you. ass.
No, hey.
Had to have a good cry laugh. It was good.
I know he always
I needed-
does.
I
when
needed that.
He always does when he brings
Uh.
that up because he knows he's gonna laugh about it.
No, I didn't ask you your DJ name before.
Yeah, you have.
No,
Yeah, it's been on the show.
right now, yeah.
No, it's been on the show before.
Your DJ name? No.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever
It's
heard
gonna
that.
come up again.
It's gonna go.
too.
Man.
Oh,
He's gonna
I
laugh
mean,
about it, and he's gonna laugh.
Yeah, it's
about
about
it.
It's
given the episode 90. Okay. I'll bring it back.
Can't wait when I bring some of these DJs on.
Oh,
oh,
man.
hey, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
You get some of your sticky boots. You should
I
get
would love
sticky
to have
boots
him
back
on,
and
but
get.
I might go off on because, like she said, you made them have a start. I did because the guy came in and asked who's on the mic because I was playing the music, and he says I like the mic guy's voice because I only have an open spot for one person for the morning show.
Dang, you didn't want to talk on the mic? You could have been on the TV
I know,
show.
I know, I was pissed.
Man, you lost your shit right
Because I
there.
like
He
rather
just
play the
totally
music.
swooped
I'd
in
rather play
and-
the music, and that's what people are dancing to. That was my entertainment, was having like you guys.
You weren't.
He
having
stole his thunder
Yeah, he did.
and his role.
Took his flowers and everything.
Now he's
Damn it,
now he's
Sticky
making
Boots.
now he's
I
making
can see why you're mad at DJ Sticky Boots.
yeah now he's making millions and everything else.
Sticky Boots spoiled again.
Motherfucker.
I
Oh,
know
you-
your address.
He's got it coming
Dude,
for him,
Okay,
man.
you DJ
Nope.
Sticky Boots.
Sticky boots, you got it coming for you. You gotta watch out.
He does proms and
It's
everything else
coming.
now.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Sticky boots.
he's traveling around. He's in California making millions.
Man,
Oh yeah,
Let him. It's
I'm so glad
fine.
you're here,
that
Joe.
bitch.
Sticking it
They're
out
all
with me,
gonna
man.
go do that.
sticking.
You could be making millions.
I do that outside. I'm not bitter at all.
Get on your sticky boots, making millions.
I'm not bitter
We
at
into that.
all.
Will you hand me that alphabet purse?
The what?
What?
That alpha.
The
alpha
green
buff.
witch. Wicked. Anybody
Oh,
want to talk
yeah.
about Wicked? No.
I
Wicked.
love to see that. You've never seen Wicked?
I just need some chapstick.
No,
Okay.
No.
but
What?
huh? Yeah.
Nothing.
So-
Go ahead, Joe.
Of all the places that you guys have played at, what's your favorite?
Oh, that's a good question.
Favorite
too.
venue.
Our favorite places to play music.
Favorite venue.
So,
Yeah.
favorite venue for me, I don't know. There's been a couple summer festivals that I got to play with Slim Gypsy Baggage. That was a lot of fun. We did summer camp in Chillicothe, Illinois, which was amazing, crazy. There's, whatever, 10,000 people or whatever there. And we got to do that show. I loved playing at Bell's Brewery
You played at Bell's Brewery.
a couple times,
Really?
which is like in the Eccentric Cafe, which is it's a smaller venue too,
Yeah,
but like how
it is,
cool,
but
like
it's still
what a
cool.
fun spot. Meyer Garden was awesome. We love playing at the Livery. We play there often. I love the Acorn Theater too.
Acorn and Watermark.
So you
Watermark.
haven't named Watermark yet.
Ah, well,
You're
Watermark
there
is
every
like our
Wednesday.
jam, you know what
I'll
I
say
mean?
you guys are
And we
outside.
just love those guys. Like they're so good to us, and we know so many people out there. Like they're just appreciative to have us, and they come out, man.
That's a
People
big-
come
that's a
out.
nice
Hey,
spot to play.
So and
You-
in
Yeah.
the summertime too.
Yeah,
Tell them to
it's-
come on here
it's
because
beautiful.
they're not answering my message.
Oh, and they're doing the new golf thing.
We know we got Hunter on a couple times talking about it, but they have not.
I bet Juice would do a show.
They have not been on here yet because they
All
haven't
right,
picked
Juice,
a
they're
date.
coming for
They
you,
haven't picked a
Juice.
date.
I would like to say something of where I would like to say, okay, our band room. That's where I like to play music at
Mhm.
because that's where it
Ah.
actually happens. And every time we like perform and rehearse, that's where like the beauty happens. And then we go
My
off to these
backyard too.
venues
the
and
magic
go
happens.
do that.
Yeah,
I
I think we've written a lot of songs in my backyard.
my favorite
also.
place to play music at is my house.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
More ways than one.
Magique.
Jeez, Joe, you had to go there.
I mean,
DJ, DJ,
Jiggy Fly.
Oh, Jiggy
Jiggy
Fly's
Fly.
over
We
here
get
getting
Jiggy
jiggy
Fly.
with
he
it.
knows. I have the best
He
time
flew
playing
out.
music at my own house. I really do.
Jiggy.
Na, 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 na.
You got any more questions?
I always have questions.
Go ahead.
Do you have any though?
I'm coming with my next one.
Oh, you're gonna come with on the next one?
Here it
That's
is.
all right.
All right, let's go.
So
Like to hear about it.
with all the bands you guys played, which one would be your favorite to always play in?
I would never answer that because
damn.
that's rude, and
Dang.
I
I
like
tried
all
to.
of them.
We love
I
Oh,
like
see.
all of them for different reasons.
Aw.
We got a couple good
I
Heart
love
of Gold
those.
bands. We said, like the Mullen Cove buddies, we've said are like Heart of Gold. It's our Heart of Gold band.
All of them are
Because
different. in some
and they
really-
are,
in
and
some
we get to
really well.
play different styles and whatever too.
Everybody
Yeah,
has
so-
their own place. That's what I don't know if you're going to rewind way all to the back
just
about like
realized
even
those were
playing
called
guitar
sweaty
is that
balls.
everybody has their own way of playing.
funny.
You don't have to be like a virtuoso at
Yeah.
guitar to be like, okay, I met my husband. He's a guitar god, right? Or a banjo god or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Banjo
Right?
God.
And so I
Banjo
wanted to
god.
throw my
Banjo god.
banjo and my guitar into the bonfire, right? Don't do that. We all have our own stylings. We all have our own stylings of how to play banjo and guitar, okay? We don't have to be like,
god.
like we don't have to. Yes. So sometimes the other one comes in and saves the other one, right?
Mhm.
You need your rhythm.
So is he in the
you
band?
need your everything.
Which band
Yes.
is he in?
All of them.
All of them too?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be if it wasn't for me.
Wait,
Because he's
Dang.
like,
He'd be like,
I-
"Fuck you,
he
one is
should-
enough."
Yeah, he's like, he should go be a studio.
That actually works well.
He really did.
That works well with that, actually.
Yeah,
You did a good job on that one.
He really
That
did.
was beautiful.
Look at
I'll
that,
set
Dave.
it up.
No, Nathan
Perfect
Nathan's
James.
wildly talented,
Nathan-
but like
Nathan Sypain is like the one, right? But what I mean is like I could have thrown my banjo and my guitar in the fire. I did not. I decided that I could do it too in my own way.
yeah.
That's
Well,
my point.
and I think
Everyone
that when
could do it.
we got into our own thing too,
We're
and Nate
teachers. We
wasn't
teach
even a part
children.
of it. He wasn't even a part of it, and then he was like, "Hey guys, what are you guys doing over here? You want me to like?" And he just sit down and like start noodling out some stuff, and you're like, "Oh, that sounds damn good,
Damn, he did it
motherfucker!"
again.
Shit.
I know. I
Now
know.
we gotta pay
I
him,
met him and
too.
I was like, I don't play guitar anymore.
So he's in all the bands?
He's in a lot of them, most of them.
He's just the best.
So you're double dipping.
Yeah. Yes.
We're all double dipping.
I mean, wouldn't you?
We found a loophole in
Yeah.
how to make money as a local
Yeah.
musician. Are you kidding me? I'm in 4
We
bands
just
for a
we
reason.
love to play music, and I think ultimately
Actually-
that's like we know that with she and myself, and then with the addition of Nathan too, like
Ooh.
he's just so easy to
I got
be in
I
there.
got one
Like,
question. Sweet.
Don't whisper it.
No, I-
but
Let
he's
her
so good. But
finish.
it's well, and it's just so good. It's so easy. Again, like it's really easy for us. Like
It-
we fall
it
into line.
flows.
Everybody knows
It's
what they
not
need to
even
do. You
hard.
know your part.
Yeah.
You know your part. Like
do it.
you got it.
Can I ask my next question or do you want to go?
No, I was gonna wait for you.
Okay.
I was waiting for them to finish up.
So my next question actually goes with what you guys are talking about. How do you guys book all your bands? If you're in 4 bands, how do you book every single band? People ask, can I have this band? And wait,
Yes.
I'm booked this day because I'm
It's
in
a
the other
shit
band.
show.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And I do most of that.
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
you-
Mor-
do all the
Morgan,
bands, though.
Most of it,
Morgan
yeah.
does a lot of that.
I was thinking, damn, that's 4
Yeah.
bands. That's and
It's a lot
if
of
you're-
logistics.
If you're
I can
all in,
imagine.
do you ever get confused and say, damn it, this is the band I was supposed to be in
Yes.
this one?
Yeah,
is the band
sometimes.
I was supposed
Well,
to bring
we
these people.
we
Shit.
usually have like we have a couple calendars. We have a couple different calendars. You know, I mean, on our Google Calendar or shit. So like, I'll go through there. The backups has one that is shared out to everybody, but like Excel sheets,
Yeah.
like and actual
work.
calendars. You know that I have to have like on there that I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So and so's not available for this one. We need a drummer for that one
Yeah.
or whatever. And we try not to flip flop people. If we have to flip flop them, we'll just switch a band. we're like,
Yeah.
sorry, Mayor, Mark's not available, so we're gonna do Mo and Co for this one.
Wow.
You know,
I mean, that's got to be kind of rough.
I would
or nobody's
say-
available on this one. It's just Mo. And
I would
Co, or
say no
us is
matter
Mo,
what,
you
me
know?
and Morgan we'll figure it out.
I'll see where you go with
We're
that.
like, I'll find a drummer, I'll find a bass
We'll get it
player.
there.
Like, see, oh, look, we're all so cute. Oh, I love that.
You
for
know what I'm
us.
talking
We
about,
got
right?
a
Yeah.
thing
Let me do a
going
cheers with a Mountain
on.
Dew. You cheers over there with the smart water and your things.
Cheers.
Yes.
With my AGO cup.
You're
I
my-
am dancing
you're
in my
my
seat,
baby.
so I apologize. I'm
Well,
late.
what's up with these pillows? I can't
Keep
like,
you up straight.
relax.
That's not supposed to be
I don't think this is
podcasting.
very straight.
Not supposed to be.
You look really uncomfortable.
She's like, you
with
shouldn't
this.
be relaxing and falling asleep right
Yeah, I don't want you to fall asleep.
Well, this is not how I would
That
fall
doesn't look comfortable at all. Stop
Yeah,
doing that.
what's up with
Keeps you
that? Can
in
we
a-
get rid of it?
You know
I
that's
know.
you know
Upright
it's like
posture, great posture.
I might have to sneak out for a minute, guys.
you got to
Facilities.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
We're
it's number
all-
5.
20 minutes till.
Is it
Ah.
really? Oh, I was so close, but I don't know that I can hold it now that I'm
You were
All
thinking
right,
about
I'll just
it,
talk
so-
to them about.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
It's
carry
not,
on
it's not the
without me?
first time we
Yes.
had people leave. Won't be the last.
No.
You'll be right
Number
back.
5.
Just remember that
Mark it
you
down.
have,
She's number
just remember
5.
that you have to
Yep.
do like
Nope,
a
you
you.
Yep.
You have to do a.
So I can ask this question to you then.
Okay.
So you're in all the bands, right? All of them. Oh,
Mhm.
so with all those bands, do you get kind of burnt out of performing all these bands on a weekend, or
I don't get burnt out on performing because that's like what from a long time ago,
Yeah.
that's what I've always wanted to do. But mostly that I get burnt out that I'm doing it and I keep doing it and I'm always there doing it.
Mhm.
And so I feel a little unappreciated, you know?
really?
But then at the same time, I feel like, oh, that's not on them. That's on me. Like I'm the one that's trying to be some kind of a rock star or whatever, you know?
Actually, that's a good answer. I didn't think I was gonna get that one.
Would you
Well, I'm
expect-
just being myself.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Actually, I thought you were gonna give me a totally different. Like, yes, I would get burnt out because it is every weekend.
No,
So-
I'm never burnt out.
So when do you
when
ever get free time?
when I'm at home, I like play music. I play my guitar. I can't wait till everyone goes to sleep so I can like play my guitar and sing without like because I have kids, right? Young kids.
So you play
So
a lot
it's
of
like
sleeping.
when I get them all, I'm like, get them to sleep. And then I'm like, go to sleep.
Puppies.
And then I'm like, fuck
Puppies.
yeah, I'm gonna close the door and do my band room stuff. You know,
Is your
that's
band room
just
soundproof?
not really, but it's on the other side of the building
all
or
right.
the house. I mean, it's a ranch house, so it's
Yeah.
like
So it's- yeah.
long, yeah. So nobody wakes up, and I make sure to sing quietly, but it means a lot to me to have my alone time to do my stuff, and I write.
Detach
Damn,
and
that was
get,
quick.
get your mind right.
That was
ran.
quick.
was
How
fast. That
did
was
you
pretty
They're gonna
fast.
see me
sound
on. They're gonna see me on
Did-
video,
did-
man. I
Why
was
she's
like,
running in the
"She's so
hallway?
Did you wash your hands?
I'm pretty sure she
It was a
teleported.
quick, like
Morgan, that was amazing. You
Very efficient.
teleported.
I didn't even. Yeah.
She's teleported.
Well, anyways, we'll talk about my band room some other time.
No, talk about your band room, please.
Oh, just that like it's like a safe haven for me where like once I get the kids to sleep, whatever, like I get to like go in there and like quietly play my guitar and like sing and like write lyrics and stuff. And it's like it means everything to me. Yes.
I love that space too.
What's so funny?
I'm the Cinco de
I'm
Baño.
watching the replay of when she's like,
Still back
because we're like a 2-second delay, so it was like kind of funny.
Oh, did you really watch them? I don't even know that you went.
I don't think you went. I just walked outside and
That
was
was kind of
listening.
funny. That was kind of funny though. That was kind of. I liked it. We haven't any questions though yet, but it's okay. We don't get a lot of questions.
All right.
Not
My
this
question is this is for you, Morgan. What happened to Slim Gypsy Baggage?
So
Why did
I think, well, at one point we had one of our drummers who he ended up moving and like marrying my cousin and then a lot of other things. She goes, we won't even go there. Bless his baby heart. I love him to pieces. But once he left the band, I think a lot of our sort of that creative drive sort of left with him. And we continued to play with another drummer for a couple of years after that. And we did see sort of, I would say, marginal success. Like we were still doing well, but I think because we weren't writing as much, my guys, at least my main two partners that I had been with, my drummer or bass player and guitarist, they both were kind of burnt out on doing the same stuff and not doing new things. So they wanted to be doing new stuff, not playing shows where we're playing all the same shit over and over. And I'm like, that's kind of what you do though.
exactly?
If you are a touring act, like these bands will play,
You're gonna do the same things over and over.
they'll play an album over back to front, you know what I mean, every night, every show. You know, they might have a little bit different of a set list or whatever, but it's a lot of the same shit. And I think after 10 years, you know what I mean, they both just kind of were like,
10 years. That's long.
That's nice.
Yeah, and they both are playing with another band now, and they both do, you know, a couple other things on the side. But
Do you ever
but Cam was working and getting into real estate and getting married, and so he had a lot going on in his life at the time, you know. Well, and I think it was a lot for him at that time. He was stressed out. It wasn't fun anymore. Some parts, you know what I mean? It became a little more mechanical. And when it becomes mechanical feeling,
do you ever get a reunion?
I was just thinking
we do. We've done a couple shows. Last year we did one in the summer over at the Livery. We did one the year before, I think. Well, and Cam and I we played together. I mean, I still see those guys, and I still love them and adore them, and want to make music, and we do every once in a while. But yeah, Cam and I played last year at Side Yard together, and
I've never been there. How is that place?
it's cool.
It's so freaking awesome. Great cocktails,
It's lovely,
great
outdoor
staff, amazing food. Come on.
I've never been there.
Their food is great.
Everything about it.
They just got like a cool little thing going
That's
on.
in Sawyer, right?
Go
Side
to
Yard.
Side Yard.
Side Yard and
Sawyer.
Sawyer, right across from Greenbush.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
You never been there?
No.
Man, I got
Go to
It's
Side Yard.
it's a good summertime.
Yeah.
We need to.
They have an
venture you out.
outdoor.
Do a road trip.
We need to venture you out.
Great cocktails,
You're killing-
amazing
Go a
food,
little south.
good stuff.
You're
Let's
killing
go.
You're killing me,
I
Small.
work weekends.
Or even during the week, man.
Yeah.
You go during the
Yeah.
weekdays.
Got the podcast.
you're
on the week.
You're the
Just
industry guy,
Yeah,
you know.
actually, this is why we do it Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It says it's day off.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd rather do this. Yeah, I rather
See,
do this too.
I see that.
I want to get this going, man. I mean, shit. We've been doing this for almost 5 years, over a little close to 5 years now, and I really need to put the pedal to the metal. You know what I mean?
What do you think we're doing now?
I know, putting the pedal to
You
the
big
metal.
dummy?
Killing it.
You big
Yes.
dummy?
I love that.
I love doing this stuff.
You guys are so.
Because we get to meet talk to everybody in the area. And this is
In a
beautiful thing.
different way too,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Sit down and just pick your brains over what you guys have done in the past.
Yeah.
And,
So,
it's an awesome feeling to talk to people.
I
like
mean,
that.
I appreciate you asking
You're
us
welcome.
or asking
you.
to come, and then
Thank you.
I was like, I'm bringing Leslie.
Were you nervous?
I was really nervous.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I get really
You-
nervous over singing
I
at
was gonna say,
church or whatever. We do shows, and
I
I'm
found
nervous.
out today. She was like,
I was like, "You're coming with
"Can
me."
you come?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I hit up at 7.
I was like, "I'm picking you up."
I get up at 6.
I
every
was
morning.
like, "I'm very opinionated on music. I don't know if this is gonna be."
I
a good
literally
fit."
picked her up at
I'm
7
gonna
o'clock
talk
from the
about
wine
Graham
shop.
Parsons, though.
I got a question for you about wine. How do you
Wine.
how do you like
Graham Parsons and wine. You want to talk about it? Let's go.
She mentioned that at the beginning of the
I know.
podcast.
No,
or
actually-
rock and roll or whatever the fuck you guys are talking about. I don't care.
my question is actually, do you like working at the wine shop?
Oh yes, it's the best. Mainly the coolest thing about wine is that there's a lot of like dynamics, sweat, blood, tears,
And I get to drink it.
history. There's a lot that goes into it,
Yes.
which
Got that part.
I'm not
Yes, there
dogging on like brewing beer or
Distilling.
distilling spirits. But the thing about wine, it's very ancient. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Beer is too.
Yeah.
Spirits are too, but
actually,
like
I asked her
wine
if she wanted
is.
to come on and talk about her shop. I asked her.
Oh,
about-
Mayor?
Yep, I asked her about probably two
might.
months ago.
I would like to shut this down right now. We're not going to do that. That's my boss. We're not doing it.
Trial eliminated.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that one.
Done.
We
Okay.
can talk about that later.
Okay.
Some other time. Do not go there. Love you.
Lock
though.
and load, bitches.
Love you though
I've been
so
waiting to
much.
use that button, man.
I know.
She said that with the right tone. All right.
I also asked the cheese lady if she would come on.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Don't do that right now.
Probably another button.
Joe, what's wrong with you?
More people the merrier.
Well,
not?
I feel like you're
I
bitter.
love it. Bitter
Like
how?
the cheese.
I can tell that you are.
Bitter about what? I want to have these people on. I love to have them
Okay,
on.
but you're
That's-
doing it right up, straight up, live on the podcast.
I'm just telling them what
These
who I
are
brought.
straight up businesses.
Yes, I know.
Girl, you better
Yes.
come correct.
I always
Shut
do.
the fuck up, Joe.
They'd be good. I think they'd be all right. And I bet you if you had the two of them together, it might be crazy powerhouse. Like,
They ain't gonna like this though.
Yeah.
you don't think?
I know that they don't think about
What?
that.
I bet
What?
they'd be all right. I bet they'd be cool.
I already talked to him.
It's just like
Pat Moody was awesome when we had him on.
See, I
his-
think Pat
his-
would be all right.
We had him on. Yeah, we had James actually enjoyed
He's a
that.
cool
Yeah,
dude.
James
I
enjoyed
it.
the
I'm so
stories that he
impressed.
brought.
Yeah, he has.
I
the
bet.
stories how he met Nixon actually.
Well, dude,
That-
he's been around
that's-
too. That guy's
for a
been
long
That story
time.
was
around
awesome.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
another local legend.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you guys, these are like your
exactly.
local legends, you know.
Yeah.
He's been in that business for so long. It was just like cool to talk to him and talk to him about his life and where he came from and how he got into it
Yep.
Yeah.
and the things he's seen doing
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's this guy had like his
Itinerary.
like no, it was like a
No, I
resume.
mean,
It was
yeah.
like a
Oh, yeah.
resume
Yeah.
of all the things that he did. I was like, holy shit! It was like
Like, damn,
pages,
bro.
It was two
pages.
pages
I'm like,
worth.
it was really cool.
You got a
Really
whole
was.
notebook.
It was kind of cool. I mean, all the people that we brought on so far has been actually inspiring for us. And-
Yeah.
And for him on top of it, just because it's something that he's now seeing in a whole new light on people, and
Yeah.
atmosphere and everything else from like Pat
Well, and then
Moody.
you get to know people
Yeah.
in a different way
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And
Like you've
uh,
known a lot. I mean, you guys both. Again, sorry, I didn't mean to
Sure.
interrupt you.
No, I'm thinking of the other person. Oh, like Glenn Head from
Oh
the
yeah.
Mailbacks.
Yep.
When
Yep.
he was on, he
Mhm.
learned a lot more because he didn't know all these people. He
Yeah.
know of them, who they were, but
I've met
seeing
him
a totally different side of them.
some of them before
Because
and
he
just
just
didn't
serves
know what they
drinks.
did. So
Yeah, for sure.
But just-
Well, and that's again with what you do. You run into people all the time,
all the
and
time.
for so many years,
Yeah.
and like again, no aspect of them, but
Yeah.
like to be able to sit down
get
and
deep
like
down in detail.
I mean,
and
even,
have a
pretty
little
cool.
bit of time,
even like the Billy
cool.
Cooper one that we just
Oh,
had on
God, yeah.
had on yesterday. A whole new light that he knew
I
him
love him.
he knew him from all the
Billy.
growing up, and he said he inspired him, and Billy didn't know that about him, so he's sharing his feelings
Which is
towards
so
somebody.
cool.
And
Yep.
that was actually I just sat back and watched it, and it was a great show for me because that's something I didn't know about James, about how he pretty much taught him how to bartend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a
Yeah.
good experience.
Especially in the faster business of
Oh, God,
nighttime,
yeah.
the nightlife of bartending.
Yes.
That was
It
really
is
cool.
not easy.
No, it's not.
Not
I
at
was-
all. Not at all.
I was a young kid,
You're like
kind
throw
of
you to the
being
wolves,
brought
be in the weeds.
into people
Yeah.
that like own places in Chicago,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, I didn't think that you were gonna make it those first 3 months, and they were like, oh, but then you made
Yeah,
it,
resilience.
and they were like,
And then you did
Yeah.
it.
and then
right.
the girls,
saw you
the
scramble a
servers
couple
were like,
times,
you're
but-
too nice to be a bartender, and then they were like, no. This is
got it.
what
That's I'd
we
be like,
want.
James, you
This is what
remember,
we
I
want.
mean, I worked with James at Czars
Yeah,
years ago
yeah.
when I was like 21 years old. I'm
Did you
46 now.
bartend?
I sometimes bartended, but I mostly cocktail waitress there.
Oh yeah.
Like, but I would sing with every band that would let me when I worked at Czars.
Yep.
And every other band, like there was multiples that like whatever rhythm and blues or whatever funk band, something,
Yeah.
whatever. If I knew what they were doing or jiving on something, I was like, hey, can I come up and sing with you? And everybody in the band, there was one in particular I remember, and it literally was the one white guy in the band was like, oh, hell no. And all the other dudes were like, yeah, come on up. And I'm like, see, fuck you, dude, whatever. And like got up there, and after the show, he was like, you're all right.
That's one place we definitely miss.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh,
No
man.
doubt.
I've
We
got,
do.
a lot of
No doubt.
that sadness. It's
Well,
so
and let
bittersweet
me-
again
let me
that
give you
like
something
we've
that-
lost
Yes.
these venues and places around
Yeah.
town. Like again, we've said they're dying. They're like a slowly
dying
dying breed, man.
Dying
Like
breed and they're going
What
to
I was
wineries.
gonna say really quick though, that like linked up to what you were saying is that like the girls were like, "You're too nice to be a bartender," and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like my Chicago was like, "No, we like that." Like, and I was,
you're like, I got this. And they
Well,
taught you.
well, it's not that I'm nice.
But I learned.
You think I'm nice?
You think I'm nice.
There you go. All right, guys, we're down to the last 5 minutes. We're going to do our
All right.
final thoughts.
All
We'll
right.
start, start with Morgan and
Oh,
work our way
no.
around the table.
So we do have shows coming up, final thoughts like on that. I really appreciate, first of all, you guys reaching out and having us on. Like this was cool. It was a lot less painful
Thank
Than you
you.
thought.
than I thought
Yeah.
it would be. I was really nervous because singing is one thing. Like that's what I do, and I talk when I'm teaching and stuff like that, but it's different. Like
Yeah.
I'm facilitating a class or showing people how to do something. This was cool. And I really appreciate, first of all, you guys having us.
No problem at all.
We got music coming up. Summer's coming up. We, keep an eye out for Mo and Co, for Les's Mo, for the backups. We've got a bunch of things like coming up. Those are the main three, backups and Mo and Co. But Leslie and I do have some stuff with Nathan and the three of us with Les's Mo.
And it's a work in progress. We're gonna
Yeah.
do more. We're writing. We're gonna start a new band, basically.
We might be the evil mother still. We might come back out.
See?
There could be
Yes.
something else. We got a whole plethora of band names, You got like a whole Rolodex of like
Yes.
names that you're like,
We
that'd be
use this-
fucking
this
cool. Okay. Leslie, last thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
Trust yourself. Always trust yourself. You don't need anyone else. But when someone puts their hand on your shoulder, embrace them. That's all I've got.
I feel like you should do meditative sleep
Voiceovers.
voice
Yeah.
stuff because she does have like
With some
such a
soft
nice.
music.
If I
Sorry, that was my
try
last.
to
That was my last thought
hide.
on there. Leslie needs to be doing okay. If this doesn't work out, or we're getting into comedy, we're gonna fuck it
Remember
up. So,
you go to the library and there would be like those like plastic things with the little like cassette things in the book and the plastic things that you would
It's
like
called
rent out
books
from the
on
library. Yes, thank you.
they call those podcasts now.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay.
Go
All
ahead,
right,
brother.
you go.
Well, my final thoughts for the both of you. You're awesome, both of you, because of being mothers. Doing that is one of the hardest jobs that you can do. You teaching, you working at wine shop, and everything else you do. And on top of it, having all 3 bands, that's even harder work because of everything that you guys do with that first half. Now it's your time to do the second half, and that's even fun for you guys, but it's stressful on top of it because you are out there to entertain and please and everything else for the people, but mostly you're doing it for you guys selves because you guys know that you guys rock. And for that, it's the hardest thing for me to say this because I know what you guys went through for everything. It's awesome that you guys are doing this for the entertainment, for the people, and for yourselves, and not care about what other people think or think that you guys are making money on this. You're doing it for yourselves,
Thank you.
and that is
course.
awesome. And keep on being for who you guys are.
You too,
Thank
brother.
you.
That was a mouthful, Joe. Good job.
That
right.
was good though.
First of all, I want to thank both of you
That
guys
was
for coming
good,
on.
Joe.
Thank you.
You guys are exceptional artists in your own fields,
Thank you
teaching,
so much.
music, and everything you guys are doing is really a testament of what all your hard work has been put towards. I appreciate you guys coming on this show so much. We're gonna have you back definitely.
Please.
Really,
We
yeah.
said we need to come back
Yeah.
for 150.
Yeah,
If we're number 75 right now,
know you guys
we
probably-
should probably come
We're
back for
getting close.
150.
you
Yeah.
guys are probably
Yeah.
busy during the summer and it probably get a
But
little
we'll
hard.
be ready by the fall.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Call us
perfect,
back.
perfect.
And you guys will be on it by
Yeah.
then, I
Or
bet.
even
Oh, yeah.
when you guys want to promote a show, I mean, if you guys are free that Wednesday or anything
Or
like
something,
that, you wanna
yeah, for
promote
sure.
For the weekend, if I have an open spot, I know
That'd be
I
fun.
can always call
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
And for all those who are watching, thank you once again for participating in this event. We especially thank all those that watch on YouTube, Facebook, and all the platforms that we can show our podcast on. Once again, I am James Gill, your host. This is my co-host, DJ Jiggy Fly.
Woo, Jiggy Fly.
And thank you for having me. I
Wow.
want to thank, I can't even get over his name, Morgan Ingle and Leslie
Sypain.
Yes. Thanks, guys, for showing up tonight.
So
You
cool.
guys were amazing, and we're going to get out of here shortly, about 5 seconds. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all. Yes. And we, guys, thank you for watching once again, and we are gone.